Arnett Aclusio ang ating pong pinapanggalingan sa pagpapatuloy ng ating Sabado Nights. Ito po yung pangalawang kalahati sapagkat magtatagpo ang kupunan ng Alaska, still the league leader with 7 wins and 2 losses. At ang kupunan ng kanilang mga kalaban, ang San Mig Coffee Mixers. Kaya naman ang kwentuhan natin ngayong gabi, pasarapan ng timpla Part 2. Kapagkat pangalawang beses po nilang pagtatagpo ito. Magandang gabi po mga kaibigan. Rado Di Malibot, kasama naman si Jason Webb sa aming pagtatanghal na ito. Araw na Sabado, double header. Talagang walang tigil ang basketball dito sa PBA.
And we're having good games. Itong game natin ngayon, you know that you can say that there's sort of some bad blood within these two teams because up to now, naghahanap pa rin ng unang panalo itong Alaska Aces against the Tim Cone-led San Mig Coffee Mixers.
Kaya nga, para pong may rivalry na rin itong Alaska at saka San Mig Coffee Mixers. Balik po tayo doon sa pasarapan ng timplang Part 1. 5-0 no, nakupunan ng Alaska at binigay ng San Mig Coffee Mixers ang kanilang unang pagkatalo.
And it was huge because Alaska was so hot leading into that game. Pero doon sa laro na yon, actually humabol na lang yan because it was actually dominated by San Mig Coffee. And it was a huge struggle in terms of Alaska. They had a poor game, you have to say, output-wise, and the way that they played that game, that had to be their poorest game so far. And you can just look at the field goal percentage, napakababa, only 30.6% from the field.
Hindi na-sustain yung init ng data sa laro na yan. At babalik naman tayo dun sa huling laro naman na kupunan ng San Mig Coffee Mixers. Natalo sila because after nung kanilang pagkatalo sa Alaska, when they were 3-3, na 5-0 naman ang kupunan ng Alaska, ang kupunan po ng San Mig Coffee Mixers lost 2 of their last 3 games. At ang huling laban nila sa kupunan ng Air 21, James Yap somehow had a big breakdown.
Man, it wasn't at the best of games para kay James Yap, but we know that he's dealing with some stuff outside the court as well. But also give credit to the defense of Air 21 in that game. They sent a lot of people on James Yap, different looks. Meron silang nilagay na malaki, meron silang nilagay na malakas ang katawan, meron silang nilagay na mabilis. He did start off well, but when he went to the bench, that's when James Yap struggled. And when he came back, doon na nagdikit-dikit yung kanyang mga mintis.
Well, alam mo, ang kupunan ng Alaska hindi rin po libre. Ika nga sa mga problema. JV Casio in the last 2 games hindi po nakapaglaro. Well, he's suited right now. Pero tingnan natin kung talaga makakapaglaro yan. Si Jessica has the story on JV Casio.
Well, sabi ni JV Casio, Rado, he's a lot better now and still improving. Kaya lang kontrolado pa rin daw siya sa mga practices. Kailangan daw muna niya makapag-practice ng 100% para malaman niya kung gaano pa talaga kasakit ang kanyang tuhod. He's hoping to be back in action by Wednesday pero inaabangan pa raw niya ang clearance, guys.
Well, maraming salamat, Jessica. Of course, JV Casio is the #1 point guard of Alaska and filling his shoes in his absence. Dalawang players yan. It's RJ Hesul at ito naman si Rafi Reyes. And how did they fare?
So far, those 2 games, they won 1 and they lost 1. There's a difference, huge difference between having JV Casio on the floor and having these 2 guys. First, the minuses without JV Casio. You have a guy that can spread the floor. He is a dead shot from outside. And you know that he can explode at any given time for a good 8 points all of a sudden and change the complexion of the game. Now, even if wala si JV Casio, give credit to both Rafi Reyes and RJ Hesul. Why? Because you can say that they're actually a better on-ball defender than JV Casio. That's where magpapahirapan nila itong San Mig Coffee Mixers. And I think lalong-lalo na pag nagpalit ng point guard ang San Mig Coffee Mixers, pag pinalitan si Baroka and they play Malyari in, that's when I think San Mig Coffee may feel the pressure. So there's going to be a lot of responsibility on the part of Alex Malyari to be able to make sure that he doesn't get pressured by those 2 point guards of Alaska.
Well, sa usapin naman po ng mga imports, sapagkat import leading conference po itong ating Commissioner's Cup. Bowls and Dozier, dalawa sa ika nga, mga barometers sa import because they've been complementing very well with their locals in their respective teams.
And in that game, stats-wise, you can say it went to Rob Dozier, but all in all, there was a part in that game. If our fans were able to watch it, there was a part in that game wherein nakita natin that Bowls took over the game, na nagkaroon siya ng sunod-sunod na puntos at dun talaga kumawala itong San Mig Coffee Mixers. And so far, Denzel Bowls, he is exactly what the doctor ordered for this team. Of course, they struggled before he arrived and they did lose their last game. But all in all, they've had a winning record with him. And on the other side, of course, Rob Dozier, he is also exactly what Alaska needs. The presence inside. At eksakto lang, he fits in into what Alaska wants to do. Hindi siya yung nagdomina ng bola.
In the resurgence naman po of the Alaska Aces, hindi maiwasang pag-usapan ng kanilang number 1 rookie in the Beast, Calvin Abueva. But in their last game so far, itong si Calvin parang nananahimik at yung kanyang numero na itinala especially in the last conference dito sa Commissioner's Cup is not the same.
And in that game against San Mig Coffee, you have to say that was his worst game from the field. Did not score from the field. He was 0 out of 7. Did make all of his free throws. But you know what? When you play Calvin Abueva, what you want to get is impact. And in that game, nung pinasok siya, there wasn't much impact on the floor when he was there. And yun yung hinahanap ng Alaska. Lalong-lalo na ngayon na wala si JV Casio. You need Calvin Abueva to liven up this team when he's on the floor.
So yan po ang mga elemento na kakaharapin ng dalawang koponan sa kanilang pangalawang pagtatagpo. Masarapan ng timpla, part 2. Pero Jason, hindi natin maaaring hindi sabihin sa koponan ng San Mig Coffee, of course, another very important player that they will not have the services of tonight will be Joe Devans. Joe Devans, karoon ng injury and I think he'll not play tonight. Samantala, pinapakilala naman po ang starting 5 na magkabilang koponan for Alaska. It will be RJ Azul who will start at the point together with Cyrus Baguio, Tos De La Cruz, and Rob Dozier.
And goes for the Aces is Coach Luigi Trillo. And now the starting 5
Of course, for San Mig Coffee.
San Mig Coffee!
Naririnig niyo po ang sigawan. Barroca and Simon Ressard at the guard position with Bowles, Mark Fingers, and James Schaap. Ang kanila naman front line.
And for number 15, Mark Fingers. And also for number 18, James
Big change para sa San Mig Coffee in this game is actually changing their personnel in that starting unit. You look at Timco's unit here in this game, he starts off a bit smaller, but at the same time, although it's a bit smaller, it has more scoring punch. The last time that they tried to play a replacement para doon sa position na nawawala para sa kanila, they tried to put in Wesley Gonzalez and that did not work. So right now, they're changing it up and they're going to put in PJ Simon.
Well, sa pagkawala po nito si Joe Devans, ang koponan ng San Mig Coffee is activating the services of Ken Bono na nakikita po natin kanina. Nagpainit na doon sa kanilang habang bago magsimula ang ating laban. First possession, mapupunta po naman sa koponan ng Alaska Aces. That's Joe Devans in civilian clothes. Nasa tuktok pa rin po ng ating team standing sa koponan ng Alaska at isa sa mga nakaramdam ng pagkawala ni JV na kailangan mag-adjust si Cyrus Baguio, but in their last game makarecover na ito si Cyrus Baguio. Now PJ Simon as the first crack para sa San Mig Coffee. Nagtisyon Mark Fingers again nandun sa kanyang offensive rebounding. It's a foul. And binabanggit mo will play an important role especially in guarding Mark Barroca, number 1 point guard of San Mig Coffee. James Schaap, kumirada ka agad, Mitizan. But you see or you feel the support of the crowd for James Schaap.
Playing basketball, which is your love as an athlete, you're able to usually, that's your opportunity to block out things and normalize.
Samantala sa tapigan, wala pa pong nakakasko dito sa dalawang koponan. Ang nagtatanggal pa ng mga aligabok nga in a very important game, especially for San Mig Coffee. They're now tied for the 6 and 8 places with Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel, and Miralco with 4 wins and 5 losses. Gaya nabanggit natin nasa taas. Jump ball ang ating makikita dito between Fingers and Rob Dozier.
And for San Mig Coffee, you said it, rather very important game for them because not only do you want to advance, you don't want to be able to face a team that has a twice beat advantage. And if you're going to come in 7 or 8, that's something that you're going to have to deal with.
Hirap-hirap, ang sasabanain mo o haharapin kapag ikaw ay nasa lower edge na ng ating team standings going to the quarters or the semis. Still tied tied at 0.
Velasco got to be aware that they don't have a fresh shot clock. Sometimes off a jump ball, a lot of teams tend to forget how much time they have in the clock.
Now they have 4 seconds. Andre Azul, rob those hit at this ball.
Yes, and that usually happens off a jump ball, and you could see it. The moment that ball was tipped and it went to RJ's hand, he did not really look for setting up the offense earlier, given the fact na nabawasan na yung shot clock nila.
Paalala lang po, nung unang magtagpo ito, 5-0 ha, ang kupunan po ng Alaska. Pero pinatikin ng San Mig Coffee ang kanilang unang pagkatalo. First 2 points in the ball game. And another sideline. Kahit nasa taas pa rin ang team stars ng Alaska, ang kupunan po ng Alaska, paglipat ito extreme po na ibang kupunan, hindi pa nananalo. Dito sa kupunan ito, the score.
Good job on the part of Alaska, just running their plays. Sonny Toss with a nice pass. And you know, Cyrus Baguio, what he does is he's able to slip those screens very well.
PJ Simon, ordinarily po, hindi po na nagsisig natin na si PJ Simon, usually gone off the bench, but tonight, he's starting. Nakikis ko sa kanyang unang takang mga score. Now it's Tony De La Cruz. Cyrus Baguio once again, into the pick. Dalawang yung pumabantay na pwesa ang ipasa. Tony De La Cruz turns
That's a difficult shot on the part of Tony De La Cruz because you're fading far away in that corner. But you know, he likes that corner.
Hindi rin, nasahan ang kanyang bantay sa hirap na yun. He cut from the left side. Kung tumar na raw na lamang ito. PJ Simon, atake! Sanitos was there. PJ Simon to tie the ball game up.
To start this game, PJ Simon has been looking for his shot already his 3rd attempt. And he's been close those first 2 times.
Bantayan niya na PJ Simon at Cyrus Baguio. Parehong manlilipad. Nagbabantayan. Sa puso nito, RJ Azul ng kanyang pasa na antala pero maisisave ito. This Cyrus Baguio with 5 seconds to go in the shot clock. Kanyang jumper. Vintage, but the nose around.
Be aware, if you're trapping the pick and roll, the other big man has to help out on the import. No one box out Dozier, he gets the offensive rebound.
At ito yung pagkakaparelation ng dalawang import. Rob Dozier and Denzel Bones. Hinahayaan yung kanilang makalukas sa kailangan nila, just like what Denzel Bones showed in the last play. Wag pag nakuha ang Rob Dozier.
You have to think that this is something that Denzel should do more often. Has fallen in love with the outside shot of late. But you can see when he is down there, he is usually bigger and stronger than the ones na bumabantay sa kanya.
Pakitang-pakita, no? Laki ng kanyang upper body at malakas pa rin kung ang timpla ngayong gabing ito. Tinawag ng ating mga referees, Referee Jimmy Mariano, Emmy Tangkion, and Jess Pirer. PJ Simon will be called para sa kanyang unang personal foul. Cyrus Baguio, nabibigyan ng maraming touches dito, but they opted to pass. Parang malayo naman sa range ni Rob Dozier yan. Tony De La Cruz now hounding. Ito naman po si James Yap. Opting to pass with balls. Ito yung sinasabi mo. Parang sa kanyang high-time shooting. Hindi naman napatingin sa atin dahil kasapapan yung dos na.
And there's a reason he's fallen in love with outside shot because usually early in games he is very good at it. And there you can see the foul on the part of Dozier did clip him on his right elbow.
At kung maalala natin, Jason, parang dito na niya na-develop yun eh. Noong unang dating niya.
Noong unang dating niya, palayo ng palayo yung tira niya. Kadalasan sa mga kanto lang siya, may pa-boarding siya. And then now, he just has that confidence. Some players, they're confident in certain areas that they play in.
Sonny Toss, malayo-layo yung kanyang kinuha ng tira na yan. Palobo pa, hindi pumasok. And Mark Baronga with 11 right now. Counter-attack ang gustong pamunuan para sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. Now it's Mark Fingers asking, pero si Baroka tumanggap. Pull up for Mark Baroka. Malakas yung kanyang tira.
PJ Simon a bit upset because he thought he wanted that matchup down at the post. Guards just couldn't get the right angle para mabigay sa kanya yung bola.
Mahirap din, pagsabay-sabay dito yung mga score. Pero yung pong sinugal, yung Coach Steve Cole dito sa kanyang lineup ngayon. Samantala, Azul, vintage yung kanyang runner, but there's a foul sa pagsapit ni Mark Baroka on him.
13 foul for the San Mig Coffee.
Only the first personal foul para dito kay Mark Baroka. Sa RJ Azul, dahil po ng pinag-uusapan natin kanina, maganda yung kanyang tiro na baho and feeling the shoes of JV Casio. We suit it up, but we're not really sure, not until he is filled it in. Finally, makakabalik na siya sa lineup ng Alaska. Pasok po ang dalawang free throws. Itong si RJ Azul, though San Mig Coffee still on top by a point, 9-8. PJ once again. Nakantala ng double team. Nakakuha pa ni Tony Lacruz. Umakaripas against Mark Baroka, and he will take advantage of the height advantage he had on Mark Baroka.
Under Coach Luigi Trio, one of the things that Alaska has done well is control their turnovers, but at the same time, get turnovers on the other side. Right there, you can see, able to force one for a layup.
Dito na lang sana, papawin ni PJ Simon, pero mintis pa rin niya. Sa agaw na ko ni Pech yung pasa. Hindi inasahan ni Mark Pingris.
Mark Pingris has actually had a down couple of games for himself. And right now, he has to be able to wake up for the San Mig team to be able to be successful. Without Joe Devance, he is going to have more minutes and more responsibility.
The lead is now with the Aces with 6 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. They go to RJ Azul. Seeing toss. Nasa labas ito. Kalang import. Ang 3-pointer niya. Malakas. Ang riba nakuha naman ni Mark Pingris. Now it's James Shop. Seeing Denzel Bowles. Monster move. Pumasok ang dos.
And it's the willingness of James Yap to give up the ball because tumakbo si Denzel Bowles, got good deep position. Pag ginagawa yun ng mga big man mo, you have to feed them para lalong ganahan tumakbo.
9 puntos sa ang kanilang import. At talaga naman pong siya ang namamayani dito. 9 na puntos sa 11 ng kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. Rob Dozier, babawi sa kanyang atake. Pag-working na ako. May foul pa on Denzel Bowles.
Both imports very aggressive, really attacking the defense of the other. And let's give it to them. Both of them have had success against the other.
So, habang itong kanilang import na si Denzel Bowles maagang tumatrabaho dito sa first quarter, kaya binabanggit po natin 9 puntos na ang kanyang naibibigay dito sa pamumuno ng kanyang kupunan na pinagkampiyon last year. Dito pa rin po sa Commissioner's Cup si Jessica Mistoria, dito naman po kay Denzel Bowles.
Despite the difficulties na pinagdadaanan ng San Mig Coffee ngayon, confident pa rin si Denzel Bowles sa teammates niya at sa kanyang sarili. Sabi niya naniniwala sila sa kanya and ever pressure him kapag natatalo sila. Kaya malaking bagay ito sa kanya and he wants to return the favor. He also says mahalagang manalo para sa kanya tonight because he wants to keep this particular streak going for Coach Tim Kong dahil na-close na sila ngayon, guys.
Mahaba-haba na.
Close na sila ngayon, Well, you know, it's nice when you have imports that come in and have a relationship with the entire team, with management, the coaching staff, because it's important for players to feel that responsibility towards the entire team.
At parang ramdam ni Denzel Bowles yan, even when he tried out for the NBA, yung mga tweets ng kanyang mga fans dito, including his teammates, ay talaga po namang nakarating sa kanya at ina-acknowledge itong si Denzel Bowles. Para dito, kay Rob Dozier. Rob Dozier, pinagdudahan din ito no, kung papalitan o hindi, but so far he established himself na nag-gel ng mabuti dito sa kupunan ng Alaska.
It has to be one of the more effective yet quiet personalities that we have as imports so far.
Nakaagaw na naman po ang kupunan ng Alaska. Ito na kanilang pinakamalaking kalamangan na 3, pero may nakawad din PJ Simon si Santos Baguio. Sinaluwag na luwag pero lumabas na matira. Wow. Ang characteristic of PJ Simon, nanggigil.
Everything but the basket. You can see here, this is a good steal on his part. Does everything right except the layup.
Iwan na iwan ang kanyang bantay doon ni RJ Jesus sa kanyang pag-iikot. Mapupunta pa ang bola sa kupunan ng Alaska. 14-11 po ang ating tala. Tony De La Cruz going 1-1 against James Shop. Lumabas yung bola. James Shop talagang china-challenge ito si Tony De La Cruz, pero naiwan siya. First big points at the moment.
If there's one thing those fans want to see, it's James Chap have a big game today.
Gusto nilang makabawi, sapagkat gaya ng ating pinamagot, muli nilang pagkatalo sa Air 21, he had a big breakdown. Pero dito po, inaasahan ng mga fans. Of course, James Shop, franchise player itong San Mig Coffee. Nakakaaga muli PJ Simon, Ramajana, pasa kay Mark Baroka, kompleto ang kanilang fast break.
But I just mentioned one thing that Alaska does well is not cause or not have turnovers. First up, James Yap with a 3-point shot, and on the other, a turnover which leads to a fast break. Alaska does not want to turn the ball over. One of the things na nawawala, dahil nawawala sa Alaska, dahil wala dyan si JV Casio, is the guy that doesn't turn the ball over when he has the basketball.
Oo, sa pag-aalaga po ng pamumuno ng kanilang kupunan with the leather, ay talaga po namin siya ng kupunan ng Alaska. Makapansa ang Alaska still hoping na maglalaro ngayong gabi ito si JV Casio, but right now si Asul ang kanilang point guard. Siya rin ang pupukol ng press Mintes. Calvin Abreva is there for the rebound at may foul na maitatawag on James Yap.
It's going to be a tough matchup para kay James Yap because right now Calvin Abueva is playing that small forward spot. James Yap will have to work double time just to keep Calvin off of the glass.
Kung titingnan mo, in fact, parang mas mataas pa si James Yap kay Abreva, but Abreva playing or his capacity to play different positions yun ang magpapahirap pa dito kay James Yap.
When you look at that lineup of San Mig Coffee right now, almost every position outside of the imports and the point guard, Alaska has the bigger player in terms of guys that can post them up.
PJ Simon may hawak ng bola. Siya po naman ang nakakuha ng dalawang nakakuha kanina para sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. Papasa na ngayon, but naantala. Ito naman si Rob Dozier. 17-14 ang ating tala. Lamang pa rin po ang San Mig Coffee by 3 points. This time, Alaska ang tatawag ng timeout. Well, kwentuhang San Mig Coffee pa rin po tayo dahil nakakalamang sila ng 3 puntos, 17-14. James Yap, when he entered the court bago po magsimula ang ating laban, sinalubong ng palakpakan yung kanyang unang tres, yung suporta ng mga fans ng San Mig Coffee on James Yap, ramdam na ramdam. Samantala si Jessica has a story on James Yap.
Oo, mahirap para kay James Yap ang pinagdadaanan niya. Oo, may pagod siyang nararamdaman. Pero sabi niya sa akin, panay dasal na lang daw siya ngayon at nagfo-focus siya sa pagpapasaya ng mga teammates at ng kanilang mga fans. And sabi daw ni Coach Tim, it's an instruction to the team that they make basketball a sanctuary for James at hindi siya, para hindi niya masyadong iisipin yung mga ibang pinagdadaanan niya emotionally. Guys?
Well, maraming salamat Jessica. Pareho pala kami ni James. Dasal na lang kami ng dasal. Samantala ngayon, kailangan niya magdasal sapagkat kanyang binabantay. Kaya binabanggit mo si Abreva, pero nagpalit sila ngayon. Ito naman si Mark Baroka. Turnover. Saludo. Itong si Rob Dozier. Sabi niya, kasalanan niya yan.
San Mig Coffee making the adjustment. Now they also play big so that they can match up with the size of Alaska.
Well, nakikita natin, nag-report na itong si Don Hontiveros. Parang ipapasok ito ni Coach Luigi. Parang tumulan sa pag-iingat ng bola. They've been throwing a lot of turnovers dito po sa first quarter. Ayos Baroka against Rafi Reyes. Pero may foul on Sunny Toss. Naiwanan niya yung kanyang hita. Iyon ang natikman. Ito naman si Mark Baroka. First time the ball game para po dito kay Don Hontiveros. Ang veterano ni Coach Luigi Trillo in their last games. Maganda rin po ang mga quality minutes na ibinibigay nitong si Don. May agaw itong si Rafi Reyes. Ang kanyang pasa na kuna. Ang tala pa ako naman ni Mark Pinggrace. Bawi na naman ang kapunan ng San Mig Coffee.
But you see when we were talking about the start of this coverage that the guards of Alaska, Rafi Reyes, as we see, as well as RJ Hasul, papahirapan niya yung mga guardia when they're gonna try to set things up and they're gonna try to force turnovers. Sadly, para dito naman kay Rafi Reyes, after the turnover, binigay niya lang yung bola at binalik niya sa kalaban.
Well, this is the biggest lead para sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee at 5 points. Iwan na iwan itong si Denzel Bose dun sa play na yun. Parehong sumugal sa steal itong si Rob Dozier and Sunny Toss. A minute and 50 remaining. First quarter pa lamang po tayo. But yung pangitang-pangita o na yung nararamdaman nitong magkabilang kupunan ng Aces. Ramdam na ramdam yung pagkawala to si JB Casio trying to orchestrate their offense. At the same time, ito naman San Mig Coffee. Yung option na binibigay kay Joe Devance, hindi pa nila nararamdaman. Although yung height, ngayon dadagdagan nila. Ipapasok nila si Yancy Diocampo. Sunny Toss, ang ngayon nasa labas. Ibinigay dito kay Calvin Abreva. His first attempt goes in.
Must feel good for Calvin Abueva. Like we mentioned earlier, start of this coverage was scoreless from the field in their game in which they lost to San Mig Coffee.
One of the more disappointed players in that loss. Gusto bumawi, Calvin Abueva, pero si Balls amaraso ron. Hindi pumasok, but they will retain possession. Ito yung binabanggit mo naman na maaaring maging advantage ng kapunan ng San Mig Coffee sa pagpasok ng mas malaking gwardiya in Alex Malyari's first time in the game.
It can be an advantage and it can be a disadvantage. Remember, without Alex, without Joe Devans, which was a guy that would pressure release kasi marunong magbaba ng bola, now there's going to be a lot of pressure on Alex Malyari to be the guy that brings down the basketball. Now they have to play that triangle a little bit bigger para makakaroon sila ng pressure release.
Rookie versus rookie ang magtatapatan sa point guard position. Alex Malyari versus Rafi Reyes. So the ball now is with Dondon Hontiveros. Dondon, ang paboritong jumper, malakas lang pero nandun si Nick Velasco.
Got to fault the other big men of San Mig Coffee there. Lumabas si Denzel Bowles to contest that shot. The other players have to be able to box out.
Nick Velasco, siya ngayon nasusubok dito kay Denzel Bowles. James Shot, running jumper, Mendez, but Bowles is there. Aliwa pa ang ginamit dito si Denzel Bowles.
So far para dito sa San Mig Coffee, a couple of offensive rebounds helping them out at the close of this quarter.
21-18 ang ating tala. Nakakalamang pa rin po ang San Mig Coffee. Now Velasco goes to Rob Dozier. Aatake ito, mawawala ang bola, although natapik na ito ng San Mig defender niya. Denzel Bowles, first time mapapahinga dito. Reeves ang kanilang ipapasok dito, number 4, that's Rafi Reeves. Na siyang babantay naman dito kay Rob Dozier. Abueva kanina sa kanan, sa kaliwa naman ngayon, same result. This time, may 3-pointer pa.
Safe to say it's a much better game para kay Calvin Abueva from the field today than the first time that they met.
And it ties the ball game at 21. James Schaap with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. 3-pointer for James. Kapos yun. At ang matatapos ang ating first quarter. Ay! May exhibition pa. Lampas hapon pero obviously not counted po yan. So ang ating first quarter matatapos 21-21 pero hindi po tayo nagkulang sa aksyon. Denzel Bowles maagang trumabaho, scoring the first 9 points of the 11 of San Mig Coffee. Samantala si James Schaap nagbigay din ng kanyang 3-pointer. At itong si Abueva naman sumagot para sa kupunan ng Alaska. What action we've seen pero nagbabalik po tayo sa isang namang edisyon ng Sabado Nights Basketball dito po sa Smart Araneta Coliseum at papag-usapan naman natin ito si Calvin Abueva. The last time na tinalo sila ng kupunan ng San Mig Coffee, he was a tame beast, but tonight, first quarter pa lamang maagang nagbigay ng attendance sheet itong si Calvin Abueva.
Yeah, that's 5 points in only 3 minutes.
Nagkakadalawang attempts na, parang pumasok agad. All confidence para dito kay Calvin Abueva. Yancy Diocampo also would like to establish his presence dito naman sa lineup ng kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. Para balik ang kalamangan sa nakaputing San Mig. 23-21. Calvin Abueva, atake ang kanyang jumper, pumasok. We're talking about the confident Calvin Abueva, and he's showing us na tuloy-tuloy lang.
I don't know, he's actually, seems like he's looking at the direction of Mark Pingris as well. You have to think na yun na yung best matchup ng San Mig Coffee kay Calvin Abueva, which is Mark Pingris.
Ito, sila yung magbabantayan ngayon. At nakangiti nga, ito nga si Calvin Abueva. James Schaap, taking off Gabi Espinas, minti sa kanyang tira. Rafi Reeves, nakakuha yung rebound, yung pala. Itinulak na itong si Calvin Abueva. Calvin loves this. Ano yung pag-involve yung mga crowd, either for or against him. Basta may sigawan o may binubo siya. Parang mas lalong ginaganahan itong si Calvin Abueva eh. Well, si Jessica was there dun sa Alaska huddle nung pagtatapos ng ating first quarter. Pakinggan natin kung anong kanyang narinig doon.
Si Coach Luigi Trillo, he was encouraging his players to think on their feet and add variety to their plays. Sabi niya, okay naman maging creative. Basta, they do it intelligently. He was telling them to watch out for handoffs at mag-adjust pagdating sa kanilang spacing, guys.
Maraming salamat, Jessica. Well, itong si Calvin Abueva, nag-respond ka agad dahil sa mga challenge sa pag-iisip ng mabuti. At parang itong si Nick Velasco nahawa. Gusto niya tumira sa malayo.
Check out the size of this team on the floor right now. para dito sa San Mig Coffee. Smallest guy on the floor is actually PJ Simon. 3 guys over 6'7".
Laro ay off-guard. Yung point guard nila. Ito si Alex Malyari sa off-line. Release balls. At saka ito si Yancy Dio Campo.
Substitution. Rob Dozier for Gabby Espinas.
Well, may palitan po dito. Gabby Espinas siya. Ang papalitan itong si Rob Dozier. Kasama pa rin niya itong si Nick Velasco at si Calvin Abrego sa front line. Sa backcourt naman it's Hontiveros and Rafi Reyes. Yancy, naka-score na kanina. Ngayon, on net pa rin.
It's actually a very good pass on the part of Denzel Bowles. He kept his head up. Alam niya na may dadating at may dadating to the double.
Ipinasa naman ito si Rafi Reyes kay Rob Dozier. Posting against Denzel Bowles. Kakayanin, hindi. Opting to pass. London Hontiveros. Ang pagtay niya nasa likod pero may offensive foul through yung kanyang back kick. Hindi na natin
Sometimes you're a little bit too smart for your own good. You can see here, Don, he feels that Thanos coming, that PJ Simon's coming, and he puts his leg out hoping to get some contact.
You talk about initiating contact eh. Parang yun na yun eh. Samantala, ang lapas na gustong gawin ng San Mig Coffee pumutok sa kanilang mga sarili ron. The San Mig Coffee still with the lead 25-23. Coach Timko definitely not happy with the play.
Gotta keep it simple. If you're Alex Malyari, keep it simple.
Ito naman ang gustong gawin ng Alaska. They go to Rob Dozier. Sinabol! Meron ni Denzel Bowles mula sa likuran sapagkat ang nasa harap. Ito si Yancy Dio Campo. Counter attack. They go once again to Denzel Bowles. Opting to pass outside. Pero re-repost itong si Denzel Bowles. Denzel Bowles sinabol din! Pero kumapit sa braso and that is big. The third personal foul on Rob Dozier. Thurs pa lang tinawagan ito sa baba, no?
Looked like it was Dozier as well, you know, when we were looking at that. But starts off good help on the part of Denzel Bowles, and there it's actually Don huli sa ilalim. But if you actually look on top, it seemed that Dozier got him on top.
Saka yung kay Don parang kurot lang eh.
If you're Alaska, you'll take that. You don't want to have your import picking up his third personal foul ganitong kaaga pa lamang.
Nobody seems to be able to stop itong si Denzel Bowles na nananalasa po dito sa ating first half of play already with 15 big points. Samantala, Dozier, ilalapit na sa loob na lumabas pa and Denzel Bowles once again with that big rebound.
Siya na yung kumukuha ng puntos, siya pa yung kumukuha ng rebound.
Samantala, Calvin Abueva at saka si Rafi Reyes.
No, that's acting. I saw it right there. That's Calvin Abueva. That's acting right there.
Pero gusto ni Calvin Abueva yung mga gatekeeper. Well, I have to agree with you, ano, na yung pagbibigay ng
So, because actually, when if you rewind this tape from about the start, nagbabanggaan sila early on, and see that's the start of it. That's nothing. Now Abueva's gonna try to push him in the back, right there. That's not so strong. And see, that's just terrible acting on the part of Calvin Abueva. But give it to the referees. You know, they were at least looking at that direction. Maybe. Maybe you could have called it nung swim move na ginawa ni. But on the next movement, you can see Calvin's a very wise player. He's very crafty. Kahit na bata pa siya, kahit na rookie pa lang siya, he's very crafty. He'll get your goal and then ibebenta niya yung mga foul pagkatapos.
Pag nakuha na niya yung goal ng kalaban, ay got the screen already. Alam nang babawi. Nakuha yung attention ng mga referees. An offensive foul was charged against Rafi Reyes. San Mig Coffee still on top by 4, 27-23. Calvin, ito, nagsisigawan ng mga pass. Malayan tres, tapos naman ang tira. And again, Denzel Bowles with the rebound. Now to Alex Malyari, siya magbababa. Looking for some movement, pero sa posta nakita si Rafi Reyes against Calvin Abueva. 14 seconds yung shot clock. Opting to pass outside. PJ Simon against Condon Ontiveros. 7 seconds. 6. Aatake si Denzel Bowles. Yung layup na wala. At ang rebound makukuha naman ni Rob Dozier. Rafi Reyes, nahihirapan ito. May kalakihan ng kanyang bantay. Kanilang import manggagaling sa labas. To Abreva once again, this time from the left side. Abreva, atake, opting to pass. 5 seconds to go in the shot clock. Rob Dozier, ang tira niya! That's save today para sa kupunan ng Alaska.
That's a big basket para sa Alaska because San Mig Coffee actually played very good defense until the point in which Dozier got open.
2 puntos lamang po na mamagitan sa dalawang kupunan. San Mig still on top. Si Alex Malyari naman ang aatake using the left. Ayaw pa rin, but Denzel Bowles once again. All power dito po sa ating first half. Itong si Denzel Bowles, kahit 4 yung rebounders ng Alaska. Biglang umarangkada sa ere itong si Denzel Bowles.
Talking about keeping it simple, Alex Malyari keeps it simple. He gets to the spot where he wants to. A bit unlucky, but he made the right play. After that, Denzel Bowles able to get the rebound dahil nahila na yung depensa dun sa dumadrive.
Mas dumadali kapag ika nga kung nagiging tama ang mga decision making ng iyong mga kakampi. See the numbers of Denzel Bowles. Although he missed both free throws. Nandun naman si Yancy Di Ocampo. Almost trouble there. Stopping ang makukuha pa rin niya. Alex Malyari, titigada ng 3. Malakas yun. But Denzel Bowles once again. Natapigan naman ni Calvin Abreva. Abreva to Rafi Reyes. Bumomba ka! Nakakuha sa kabila.
Athlete right there, Rafi Reyes, able to get those points despite a big man chasing, or at least Alex Malyari, a much bigger player, chasing him down.
Kami pa po nanonood ng PBA. Pagkatapos ng prospect, Elmo Reyes ang pangalan po. Ito dito, ginagawa rin ng kanya-kanya ng Rafi Reyes. Ay, higa nga naman yung alakasan sa pagtapos ng mga prospect. Makukuha pa ng Alaska ang bola. With the game time, the 27. Rafi Reyes, yung kanyang pasa, hindi na-anticipate ni Sammy Toss. Pero yung pasa naman na ang bala nitong si Calvin Abreva. That's a magandang bola mananatili si San Mig Coffee.
You gotta feel bad for Rafi Reyes because he's doing a lot of things right. The problem is, as we see, a nice play right here has already 2 turnovers. You see a nice pass by Calvin Abreva and a beautiful finish the part of Rafi Reyes.
This time, mas maliit na ang babantayan ni Rafi Reyes, the Smart Baroka, na bumalik na po sa action for San Mig Coffee. But Denzel Bowles, itong pinakamalaking pinik naman ng San Mig sa Alaska ngayong gabi. Mawawala ang bola with the triple team. Rafi Reyes once again, ang pasa niya, nakawala! And Dozier will complete the play! What a big play on the other side na ngayon ito si Rafi Reyes issuing that assist. Hindi siya papahiya ng kanilang import, and the lead is with Alaska Aces. Matapos yung dagaw, yung tabig, yung magandang pasa, and the finish from Rob Dozier. Balik po tayo sa pagpapatuloy ng second quarter action between Alaska and the San Mig Coffee Mixers dito po sa ating Sabado nights dito sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. Ayun na po nagpapakita ng maganda itong import ng kupunan ng Alaska. In the last timeout, he finished the fast break strong para sa kanilang kupunan. At kaya nga po ang kupunan ng Alaska, sticking with their import, hindi pinaka-flashy o pinaka-high scorer, but definitely complete fit para po sa kupunan ng Alaska. And just as a story on Rob Dozier.
Pakiramdam ni Rob Dozier na habang okay ang depensa nila laban sa San Mig their offense, he said, was terrible. Pero ngayon, he likes to think na mas handa na silang makipagharapan. Still, at the end of the day, naniniwala siya na it will all come down to heart, which he says he sees a lot of sa mga practices ng Alaska Aces, guys.
Maganda rin yung usapan niya. Isa sa mga issues of the day yan. Heart. Bawi na po ang ayos po. Matapos tumawag ng timeout ang kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. Naitabla na nitong si Mark Baro, courtesy of his layup. Pero dito nawala nilang bola at babalik sa kupunan ng Alaska. 3 seconds. Dito tayo sa second quarter.
One of the things that Alaska continues to do, they're doing a good job on most things, but the one thing that is lacking, na alam natin is a big part of their game, is taking care of the basketball, already having 9 turnovers in this game. Second time around. Kanina, nung jump ball, players were not aware what happened. This time around on that play, also unaware was Alaska that they did not have a fresh shot clock.
At dyan, lalo nang nangangati yung mga pansang Alaska na makita ito nga si JV Casio. Kaya po ng ating binabanggit, he suited up right now pero hindi pa po pinapasok. ni Coach Luigi Trillo. And we're actually doubting kung papasok yan. Samantala yung hook shot itong si Yan si Diocampo. Kinapos actually after making his first 2 shots. And again, that's
Rado, one of the things that when you play 3 big in the triangle or in most situations is you're really unable to spread the floor very well. Although San Mig Coffee has gone to the post, the problem is there's not enough shooters on the floor that Alaska has to spread out to. Kahit na kaya miski nakakuha si Bowles o kaya si Yancy sa ilalim, masikip sa loob because Alaska able to help.
Especially the triangle, yung puts premium on cutting at saka yung mga perimeter shooting nila. Medyo nagiging stagnant yung pag-ikot ng bola doon ng triangle ng kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. The bola po ngayon ng San Mig, they're down by 2. It's PJ Simon. Sinusunggitan. Almost traveled there sa pagkawala ng bola. But James Shot masusunggitan. Hindi. He'll save the ball to Boss. Mas malayong tira for Boss. Malakas yung kanyang tira.
See, that's the thing, you know, he makes them shots, but he also has a hard time or he falls in love with that outside shot a bit too much because as an import, you should be shooting close to 50%. Denzel Bowes at present shooting 42% for the season, and that's not going to cut it if you want to have a lot of success here.
At hindi pa naman kasikipan. Ika nga, pwede pa nga mas ilapit ka ni Denzel Bowes. Samantala, RJ Azul. Akala niya, nakapagpasabit siya. Napilitan tumira ng tres. Pero wala tinawag, so the ball will go to the white shirt of San Mig Coffee. Bowles, talaga pong kumoposi pa rin kahit dalawa kanyang bantay doon. PJ, hinahanap yung kanilang import. Opting to pass to Baroka with 10 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. That's PJ. Dalawa kanyang bantay. Mamupel sa tumira ng tres. Hindi na kailangan ng espasyo. Kahit sige, pumasok for PJ Simon.
Good defense, better offense. Actually, that offense of San Mig seemingly not going anywhere, pero nakahanap lang ng paraan si PJ Simon.
Always a pleasure to have a player like PJ Simon na kahit gaano kahigpit ang bantay, nagagawa ng paraan. Samantala, nakukukub naman ngayon itong si Carlos Baguio with 5 seconds naman. Mauubusan itong Alaska. Mapuputukan, nakakagawan pa, but that's a 24-second violation because hindi naman na-establish ng San Mig Coffee in possession.
Two of the better teams defensively in the league, showing us why they are one of the better teams defensively. But don't forget about the offense. PJ Simon able to create, and he's having a very good quarter here already. 5 points. He started out well, and then ito, meron pa siyang 3 points.
This is a very close first half of play we had. Kapag ang pinakamalaking kalamangan na po dito was at 5 points. San Mig Coffee po yan. Ang Alaska, lumamang na rin ang tatlo. Samantala, that's a kick ball. So, marireset ang shot clock to 14 seconds. Bola pa rin po ng San Mig Coffee. James Shot, pagtanggap, ilalapit. Kinapos yung kanyang one-hander, pero Mark Fingers, ayaw pa rin. Balls, maraming rebound at this time. Ipinasok pa niya ang kanyang pang-17 puntos at ang kanyang pang-10 rebound tonight.
That's a lot of, that's games worth of rebounds. 10 rebounds, and as a whole, San Mig Coffee on their offensive glass. Ang laki ng kalamangan kumpara sa Alaska.
Rob those here. Lalabas ang bola. Rafi Reyes ang kanyang pull-up. Umalog at lumabas. At tapik na ako ni Mark Baroka. Solo si PJ Simon. This time, sisigurado na ng PJ. Pasok ang kanilang fast break play. Matsyada ng San Mig Coffee. Ibinalik ang kanilang pinakamalaking kalamangan. 5 points. 36-31. All alone ito si PJ Simon. Actually starting the ball game and finishing that fast break play for San Mig Coffee.
Welcome back to the PBA. Nanonood po kayo ng Active. Kasama ko ngayon si Joe Devance of the San Mig Coffee Mixers. Joe, it's good to hear that it's not an MCL, but how are you really feeling, and when can we expect you back?
I think they said I need 2 weeks from today. So yeah, thankfully it's not a MCL or ACL, it's just hyperextension. I'm very thankful. It looked worse than what it really was, so I'm very thankful for that.
And what kind of rehab might you be doing right now?
Well, actually, I really haven't started rehab. I just ice and really just lay down and practice. Can't really do anything, I think, till Monday.
Alright, well, thank you for the update. We hope you get better soon.
Thank you.
Guys?
Well, yan po ang istorya dito kay Joe Devance and somehow magandang balita po yan para sa mga fans ng PBA at sa fans ng San Mig Coffee pagkat hindi po grabe ang injury ka lang itong si Joe Devance. Rob Dozier naka-score. Doon naman pa rin po ang San Mig Coffee. Well, somehow, of course, gusto nila naglalaro ito si Jody Bass, pero nasa taas pa rin sila ngayon by 3 points.
Feel the playoff atmosphere in today's game. Both teams really playing at such a high level.
Ka, ramdam na ramdam yan ang mga fans sa magkabilang kumpuna dito po sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. Talagang, nakikita mo, nakatayo yung mga mga fans natin dito.
Denzel Bowles has thrown his weight around dito sa ating first half. You know, he's really camped underneath. Every time na doon siya sa ilalim, a lot of good things happen.
At talagang ine-emphasize nitong si Denzel Bowles, ang kanyang pamamayani doon sa low post. He's been the big man literally for San Mig Coffee. Samantala, nawala ni James Shop yung bola. Turnover ito. Papabor naman sa kupunan ng Alaska. With a minute and 57. Dito pa rin po sa ating second quarter action. Carlos Baguio, di pa nakakukuha ang kanyang mga high-flying scoring dito sa ating first 2 quarters. Opting to go. Cross, who was blocked but fouled by Denzel Bowles.
Coach Luigi Trivia, you still are happy despite you're being down by 3 points right now, because when you look at how your team has scored so far, other than Rob Dozier and Calvin Abueva, you have not gotten anything from Cyrus Baguio. You're probably hoping a little bit more from your point guards as well. So not bad for you, because your defense has held up despite your offense not really coming up to par.
Down by only 2, pero nanakaw doon. Itong si Yancy Di Ocampo, yung bantay niya, itong si Rob Dozier, hindi handa o nagulat doon sa pasa na yun ni James Yap.
Because Dozier's looking at the import. He's looking at Denzel Bowles to help. And sometimes you get caught looking.
Calvin Abueva, malakas naman yung kanyang tira. With James Yap on his face. At si James Yap ang tatanggap. Ilalapit ang layup niya. Ayaw pumasok. Matagal Denzel Bowles against 4 defenders. Akala niya pasok na. 27. At yan si Di Ocampo sa kabila kinuha. Ayaw pa rin. What action we're seeing here on the bench. Even Coach Tim Cole, kahit namin this doon, is very happy.
Yeah, you gotta applaud the effort of your players when they're able to get 2 offensive rebounds.
Ang binabueba siya naman ang mananalasa sa ilalim. Sliding for the pass. At napaw na naman itong si Calvin Abueva. Mark Baroka will be charged with that one. Pangalawa ito para kay Mark Baroka. Cyrus Baguio, nalibre yung personal. At yun lang ang espasyong kailangan niya para itala ang kanyang pang-4 na puntos at para kumatok sa kalamangan ng San Mig. 2 na lang, 38-36. Kumakaskas naman ito si PJ Simon. Nakita, luwag na naman itong si Yancy Di Ocampo. 11 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Uunti-untiin. Ipinasa. Pag-igot itong niya si Denzel Bowles. 3 ang sumalubong. Pagtaga sa kanya si Calvin Abueva ang matatawagan.
Give credit to Alaska because they're committed. Pag pumupunta yung bola sa ilalim, there's a lot of people helping. The one thing that they have to get away from, though, is fouling the big guys when they're helping.
Although kanina, sa huling trip nitong si Denzel Bowles, mintis yung kanyang 2 free throws, mintis pa uli. Itong pangatlong sunod-sunod na itong si Denzel Bowles.
Strange for him because he is the best free throw shooter among imports. He's about at 80+%. 84.7, I believe.
And the source of pride of the Richard De Rosario School of Free Throws. Hindi napapakita si Coach Richard ngayon. Napapapalakpak na lang. Although lamang pa rin po ang kanyang kupunan. 39-36. Sanitos, luwag sa tagiliran. Pero malakas ang tira. Makukuha na naman ni Denzel Bowles. Now to James Shop. Si Calvin Abueva na sasalubong. Ang layo ng tres. Pabording, hindi. Tapigan, mawawala ang bola. At matatapos ang ating oras dito sa first half of play. Nalamang pa rin ang San Mig Coffee. 39-36. What a first half we've seen so far. Punong-puno po ng action at dikitan. Wala nakakalayo Jason dito for Alaska and San Mig.
You know, both teams are really putting a premium on defense. Have played defense very well and have been solid. And pag nakikita natin sila, it is the energy that both teams are playing with at the moment. And credit to them because they've matched energy with one another.
And it's really more of the energy sapagkat it's not really a high-scoring half that we've seen. Wala pa rin pong nagpapakita ng dominating game except of course for Denzel Boss, ano, nahiga nga for the San Mig Coffee. At kaya naman ng ating etong si Boss, nakikita natin yan ang maagang umiscore ng maigi nung first quarter para sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee, pero may pangsagot itong kupunan ng Alaska in a coordinated effort naman. But we're with Denzel Balls right now, Jason. Denzel, we are feeling that different level of energy that you are giving your team in these first 2 quarters of play.
Right. I'm trying to get back to what happened last year, me crashing the boards, giving the second opportunities, and I'm just trying to get back to the old me.
And the reason for this, despite some success, Denzel, is what?
Just me going to the rim. You know, the last couple games I've been shooting a lot of jump shots, so I haven't been crashing, and I haven't been going to the opposite rebound. I only been getting 1 or 2 a game, so I really want to make a statement tonight.
You have dominated, you've taken the lead, but Alaska came back, took the lead once again. You really expect a dogfight come the second half?
Yeah, it's going to be a fight. You know, they're the number 1 team for one reason. They play defense and they have scores. So if we just keep rebounding and then we're going to make more shots and we'll be all right.
Well, thank you very much, Denzel,
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you.
Good luck at the second half. Well, yan po mga kaibigan, si Denzel Boss na naghari naman. Ibang klase yung lakas ito.
Dami niya pang energy. Pati na interview natin, may energy pa rin eh.
Well, abangan nyo po ang ating mga susunod pang mga aksyon dito. Magpapahinga po kami masumandali ni Jason, pero pagbabalik po namin, hihimayin namin ang mga kaganapan sa first and second quarters ng larong ito. Sa ilang paalala lang po. 39-36 in an action-packed first half of play sa labanan po ng Alaska at San Mig Coffee. And Jason, sa labanan, pasarapan ng timpla. Para ka nagiging labanan dito, depensahan at pagsira ng timpla ng kalaban.
Yeah, that's what gives these 2 teams a lot of success. One is that they want to play at their pace. The other is they're able to disrupt the offense of the opposing teams because they have a lot of players. They have a lot of very good defensive players. And also both teams play very good team-oriented defense.
Well, himayin po natin ang mga kaganapan sa ating first 2 quarters. No first quarter, maagang pumutok at mainit ng dalawang kupunan na ito. 21 all natapos. Pero maagang nagsimula itong mga taga-Saki Coffee, James Shop with a 3-pointer. Si Denzel Boss talagang namayani din po sa ilalim. But ang Alaska, meron naman po rin may sariling panukli sa mga heroics naman nitong si Calvin Abueva.
That first quarter, Denzel Bowes played very well, but like you said, Calvin Abueva could close out to that first quarter. When you look at the stats, you see Denzel Bowes 13 out of the 21. But tingnan mo naman si Calvin Abueva. 3 minuto lang naglaro, but he had 5 points. Assists going the way of San Mig, and a lot of turnovers of Alaska turned into points for San Mig. They almost had the same number of turnovers, pero tumakbo yung San Mig Coffee para nagta-turnover ang Alaska. And finally, Alaska doing a good job in rebound in the first quarter to keep that game tied after the end of 1.
Well, kung may kataasan po yung score dahil tig-21 yung dalawang kupunan. Nung second quarter, ito, nung naghigpit na po ng susi, ang magkabilang kupunan, nakita nyo naman po yung quadruple team yan. At tatapusin itong si Rob Dozier, yung fast break yan. Earlier there in that play, si Rafi Reyes naman at tumapos ang kanilang fast break. Pero PJ Simon, siya naman ang bumuhay kahit may double team, pumasok yung kanyang tres. Nakanakaw din itong si PJ at tumapos din ang fast break para sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee na namayani at matapos ang second quarter lamang sila ng 39-36.
So they had almost the same stats as we see the top scorers of that quarter. Huge difference is actually just a field goal percentage. A lot of attempts para dito sa San Mig Coffee, 20, that's +4. But look at the huge disparity of rebounds. Kung kanina nanalo ang Alaska sa rebounds, ito naman dinomina ng San Mig Coffee ang rebounds, and Alaska now, it was their turn to turn those turnover into points. But again, you look at that huge disparity of rebounds, that's 9 extra rebounds going the way of San Mig Coffee.
At sa gitna ng rebounding ngayon, yung kanilang import na ating pinag-uusapan kanina, halimaw po itong si Denzel Bolts. Well, ang ating kasama si Jessica Mendoza ay nga po pumunta sa dugout sa magkabilang kupunan sa Alaska at saka sa San Mig Coffee. At ating pakikinggan kung ano kanyang nahagilap dyan sa dugout ng dalawang kupunan. Jess?
para daw sa San Mig Coffee Mixers, they lost that hustle and energy factor sa huli nila mga laro. Pero nakita nila ulit yun during the first half. Nagtatrabaho ang mga players, bumabalik sila sa basics at nakikita nila yung desire at gusto nilang ipagpatuloy yun sa second half. The opposite is true for the Alaska Aces. Sabi ni Coach Luigi, they were getting cream sa energy at tulad nga na sinabi ni Jason sa mga rebounds. Pinapadali daw nila masyado ang basketball para sa San Mig Coffee and they cannot let that happen in the second half, guys.
Well, thank you, Jessica. Well, hindi nakukulang sa energy, Jason, itong magkabilang kupunan. But of course, we expect some adjustments come the second half.
I think what you compare right now, when you talk about energy, is sustained energy. Both teams played with a lot of energy, but there were portions in the game, especially when Calvin Abuevo was off the floor, that Alaska did not match the energy of the San Mig Coffee Mixers. That's probably why Calvin Abueva starts off this game, just to make sure that itong first 3 minutes ng third quarter, which is very crucial for teams, makita kaagad ng Alaska na magandang ratsyada nila sa simula.
Gusto mapantayan itong mga taga-Alaska dahil gaya po ng binabanggit natin, nung unang beses magtagpo ang dalawang kupunan na ito. Dito sa konferensyang ito, San Mig Coffee ang nagbigay ng unang pagkatalo sa Alaska after winning their first 5 games. Samantala, Denzel Bo sa pagsisimula ng San Mig, mintis yung kanyang malapitang tira, and Calvin Abueva, who's starting the third quarter, nakakuha naman ng rebound.
Good team defense on the part of Alaska. Actually, maganda yung ikot ng bola ng San Mig, but better defense on the part of Alaska. Nagtulungan sila, and you see that they were talking defensively.
Samantala, same 5 ng kupunan ng San Mig yung sila ng first quarter. Offensive foul ay tatawag ng mga referees on Calvin Abueva.
Calvin's not gonna like that, and so will Coach Luigi Trillo. They want to go to that matchup because there is the ability of Calvin to post up. Sanay siya dyan. And James Yap not used to guarding guys at the post. You see right here, maybe just enough for the referees to call, but we've seen more physical plays than that have been allowed.
Atake! Yung layup doon ni Mark Baroca, malakas. Makukuha naman ni RJ Yasul ang bola. Hihintay ng mga kampe. Nakita ko man si Baguio. Babalik ang bola. Calvin Abueva, turn around. Sinawi niya. Yung foul kanina. Hindi nila susukuhan, Jason. Ito si Calvin sa post.
You look at Calvin Abueva. He was there for a while. That's why he had to release this quickly, because he went straight to the post at pinostehan kaagad si James Yap.
Calvin Abueva, gusto makakuha yung 3-point play. Kinumpleto niya at tinabla ang ating laro. That's the 10-point para kay Calvin Abueva na para bang bumabawi doon sa kanyang anemic game noong unang beses makita ang dalawang kupunan na ito.
It's a better matchup for him, and again, that's what happens without Joe Devance. Joe Devance should be another guy na pwedeng kumantay kay Abueva, but with him being unavailable, James Yap has to guard Calvin Abueva.
Tumatakbo ang Alaska. Saros Baguio, paborito niya ito. Namindes, but nandun na naman si Calvin Abueva for the putback. That's the 12th point para dito kay Calvin Abueva. All the points of Alaska here in the third quarter. 5 po yun, courtesy of this guy.
Talked about energy. Starting off with energy is Calvin Abueva. There's a miss right here, but Calvin has been the guy that's full of energy, and he gives his team a 2-point lead.
May natural energy extenders, Stock at Ali at BYBO. Ang Barako Bull Energy Cola. Swak sa lakas, swak sa sarap.
Well, nagbukas na naman po ang PBA Referees Academy. Kaya kung kayo po ay 25 o 30 hanggang 35 years old, college graduate, at least 5'8", kung lalaki kayo, 5'2", kung kayo ay babae, ay mag-avail po ng mga forms sa PBA office. At kung gusto pa nyo nang mag-inquire ng ilang mga detalye, tumawag po kayo sa 470-2768-270.
I just wanted to make that add a little bit more interesting, and you can just go, gusto mo bang ma-TV? At gusto mo ng best seat sa PBA game? Di maging isang referee ka.
Hindi naman, wala naman seat yun eh.
Hindi, best position on the floor.
Kailangan po, physically fit kayo dahil daig nyo pa po ang mga PBA players. You'll run 48 minutes. Kung nag-overtime pa, masigit pa.
Alam mo, iba nating referee, mas madalas pa ma-close up kaysa doon sa ibang player na hindi naglalaro.
At sigurado kung mas malimit ma-close up kaysa sa mga commentator. Balik po tayo sa aksyon. Bumawi. Itong si Denzel Bones, nagkulang sila sa intensity nung pagsimula ng third quarter. Ayaw nila magpaiwan. At itatablayan itong si Denzel Bones matapos makakuha yung mintis na tira nitong si Mark Pingris. Uy, nais ko rin pong batiin ang ating mga kababayan, lalo na yung mga gumagraduate ngayon. Happy graduation po sa inyong lahat. Alam mo, masayang-masaya inyong mga magulang, inyong mga kapitbahay, kaya happy graduation po sa inyong lahat. Yung mga taga-Paranaque, masarap daw ang mga graduation dyan, partner, ah.
Oh, kakatapos lang nung Monday and Tuesday.
So, ang aking pong congratulatory message sa inyo, mga graduates ng buong Pilipinas. Samantala, ito ang atake naman ng kupunan ng Alaska. Iikot si Sam Ewan, uy! Ang kanyang layup, medyo kontrapektos ang nakuha doon. Samantala, ang atake naman ito si Mark Pingris. Kicking out instead to James Shop. At pasa niya na antala makukuha ni RJ Jesus. 9 minutes and 17 seconds. Batang-bata pa po itong ating third quarter. As Alaska, bumatsada rito. Pero San Mig bumawi na rin. They're up by 1, 42-41. 8 seconds sa shot clock. Atake si Rob Dozier. Yung paboarding niya, wala. That's a rebound play. The foul will be charged against Mark Pingris.
That's a problem of San Mig Coffee when Mark Pingris plays that position, because the power forward or the center, whichever way you want to put it, para dito sa Alaska, usually guys that are 6'5", 6'6", guys like Sam Eman o kaya naman si Saritos.
Ang lalaki, ano? Although kanina sumubok din ang malalaki itong San Mig Coffee. Problema naman sila sa kanilang rotation. Samantala, yung 3-pointer ni Calvin Abueva namin is ang rebound. Balik na naman kay Denzel Bones.
But that's what San Mig Coffee wants to see. If Calvin Abueva is going to go out and not take advantage of what his natural advantage against James Yap, which is sa ilalim, mas maganda yun para sa San Mig Coffee.
Kaya nga, nakakuha na naman ito ni San Mig. Pero nawala at nakakuha ni RJ Azul. Now it's the beast on the attack. Ang foul sa baba pa lamang, nilinaw ng ating mga referees from in the middle of the action. Once a game beast, manipot ang pagkikita dito, nakawala na at nagwawala talaga itong si Calvin.
Talked about how it was important for Alaska to have that energy to start this quarter. Calvin Abueva by Coach Luigi starting him here in the third quarter. They were able to attain that na magandang simula nila dito sa quarter na to.
A warning was given to the bench of Alaska. Samantala, there's a good push by Alex Malyari. Para kay Alex Malyari, samantalang ang kanyang kupunan. May 4 man na team fouls dito sa third quarter, only 1 for Alaska. RJ, makambyo-kambyo, itinasa Sam Eman. Ang recognition ng shot clock, makikita pa 10 seconds. Sam Eman umangat, walang bola, pero natapik daw yung in the first half. You pointed out, Jason, 2 beses sila unaware of the remaining of their shot clock. Ito, 8 seconds lamang for Alaska. Kaya makikita na agad ni Saros. And why not?
It's a much easier spot to inbound the basketball because you're so near the ring already. Actually, you're inbounding right near the basket.
Samantala, gusto bumawi ng kupunan ng San Mig Coffee sa magandang nabawi na yung kalamangan. Nawawala pa ang bola. Marirecover naman ni Mark Pingris out of PJ. All free for three.
He's second guessing himself. Before he took that shot, he actually thought twice before releasing that. Before that, when he went to the corner, he gave up an open look. You know, he's too good an offensive player to be second-guessing himself.
That's a 10-point para naman ito kay PJ Simon. Calvin Abueva, sinalanta doon. Nitong si Denzel Bones, mapupunta pa ang bola sa kupunan ng San Mig. A technical foul. Itatawag pa. Tingnan natin kung yun yung pagkaabot nitong si Calvin Abueva. Unless may palaman sa kanya.
That's a third. Technical foul score on Calvin Abueva for using the same language.
Ayun, may sinabi. Basang-basa. Bago pa pala ibigay yung bola, narinig na ng mga referee. So, personal foul and technical foul on Calvin Abueva. Masakit-sakit yun. Well, maghahabol po ang Alaska. Pero
I'm your certified #1 fan. Jessica Mendoza.
Ibang klase talaga. Yung mga number 2 fan ni Jason Webb, wala pa mga ganun. Number 2 fan, at least dalawa. Eto na, sigurado pa lang si Jessica, isa pa lang. Pero of course, ang ating mga courtside reporter, no, ibang klase ang talaga po naman ang init sa mga PBA fans. Magkakabilang ko po na kahit magkakalaban ito, mga fans ng Alaska at mga fans ng San Mig, yung mga fans talaga ng ating mga courtside reporter. Balik po tayo sa action, 46-43.
Good help on the part of RJ Hasul.
It's the right attitude matapos matawagan sila ng offensive foul. Kanina si Abueva makakabawi. Yung pasa, malakas. Isiset ni Abueva. 13 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Rob Dozier. Talagang kinumkub doon ni Mark Fingres. Sa turnover ito muli. Rob Dozier.
Too many turnovers right now. If you're Alaska, gotta keep your head in the game. It's a period in which nagsimula sila na maganda. Tapos right now, ito yung sabi kanina Coach Luigi, the ability to keep the energy up. And positive energy ang importante.
At ang kanilang problema ngayong gabing ito sa kanilang mga turnovers. Ang number 1 sa pagkuha ng bola dyan ay instead, it's BJ Simon na nananalasa para naman sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. 5 puntos ang kalamangan. This is the biggest lead for San Mig Coffee in the ballgame. Although they have posted this lead twice already. Carlos Baguio going 1-on-1, getting the contact and the foul. Kay PJ Simon, nagkaunta ka na rin.
Yes. A lot of players do that. But what I also want to see is that we use what the NBA is doing right now. When you make that move, you will not be given 2 free throws because nagpapatama ka lang tapos itira ka ng jump shot mo. But because it's not a natural movement.
So, ito naman ang pinag-uusapan natin kanina, itong paghabol ng Alaska because they're down by 4 points. Si Jessica nag-eavesdrop dyan sa huddle ng Alaska. Jessica?
Rado si Don Ontiveros very vocal sa mga huddles ng Alaska Aces, and he and Coach Luigi gave the players a bit of a morale boost sa huling timeout. Sabi ni Coach, tandaan nila ang mga panalo nila at kung gaano sila ka-focused during those games. Huwag daw sila magpapadistract. Don't look at the refs. Kailangan daw nilang pagtrabahuan ang larong ito, guys.
Well, tama yun. Sapagkat matapos silang matalo ng kupunan ng San Mig Coffee, they won 2 of their last 3 games. Kabaligtaran naman doon sa kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. When they won over Alaska, they lost 2 of their last 3. So, sa dalawang kupunan, the momentum is still with Alaska, who's now the league leader with 7 wins and 2 losses. Yan si Dio Campo, lalapit yung layup na namin test, pero natagaraw siya sa braso ni Sam Eman. Second personal foul ni Sam Eman. And yan si Dio Campo will go to the free throw line. Yan si Dio Campo, partner. Maganda rin ang binibigay niyang serbisyo dito kay Coach Tim Con.
Quality game because you know that he's a guy that can pass the basketball. He gives you enough size. And it's a good matchup for Coach Tim Con to put him inside because he's about the same size as the big man ng Alaska. You know, the only times that Tim Con has a hard time playing Yancy is that if the opposing team is a team that actually runs a lot of pick and roll and pulls Yancy out into those pick and rolls.
Kahit namin test ni Yancy, nakakuha naman ni Alex Palyari ang offensive rebound. Yancy, babawin muli! Yancy Dio Campo on fire, giving quality minutes. Dito kay Coach Tim Crown, 51-45, 6-point lead for the Coffee Mixers, courtesy of Yancy Dio Campo. Alaska, mapipilitan na naman tumawag ng timeout dito.
But again, it starts off with rebounds. Kanina nabanggit ni during the halftime, that's one of the things that they wanted to fix. And again, it haunts them again. Offensive rebound coming out of the free throws. If you don't get that, kadalasan talagang masama mangyayari para sa'yo.
Kahit dikitan po ang ating laban dito, itong 6 points na ito, ang pinakamalaking kalamangan na naitala na ng isang mga kupunan dito sa dalawang ito. It's San Mig Coffee on top now, 51-45. Alex Malyari, who actually got that offensive rebound kanina, setting up pa yan si Dio Campo para makakuha yung kanyang pang-alim na puntos na kalamangan. Ngayon ay nakabantay si RJ Yasul. Rob Dozier sa likod pang pinadaan yung layup na may kalakasa. Sam Eman ginamit ang kanyang katangkaran kahit si Denzel Bolts ang bumabatay sa kanya.
You know, Sam Eman on the floor, and actually Sonny Toss got pulled early. I wonder why.
Samantala si Jessica may kwento. Tungkol dito kay Sunny Toss, ano ba nangyari kay Sunny, Jessica?
Actually, na back spasms daw siya. He's actually sitting it out. They're finding out right now. Tinatherapy siya nila. Tinitingnan nila kung makakabalik pa siya within this game. I think it's pretty painful. Pero I'll try to give you guys an update later on.
Let me just say, I know what he's going through. Dahil kanina nagpapasahay ako sa likod eh. Sakit ang likod ko eh.
At nilalagyan ng may spray kanina nakita tayo yung kanilang team physician. So mukhang talagang mga back spasm nga yan.
Uso ngayon. Uso ngayon. At saka nakakahawa.
Nauusap, nakakahawa pala yan. Pag summer. Kasi alam ko pinanggalingan mo kaya ka nag-back spasm eh. Dati nga ni Jessica nakatulog ka raw ng maling posisyon. Samantala, ito siya agawan doon, no? May foul ay tatawag on Alex Malyari. Siya pa yung nabukulin doon. O Sam Eman na matatawagan ng foul sa pagkabulagta doon. Itong si Alex Malyari.
Had a turnover was Alex in this set on the floor. But one thing that he did well was actually help out in rebounds. Had a different offensive rebound at dun lang nakakuha siya ng defensive glass.
Mark Barok ang papasok para dito kay Malyari. PJ Simon. Ano po naman busy-busy sa pag-score ngayong gabi. Nakakita niya si Yancy Diocampo. Nakasapal doon. Itong si Sam Eman pero may foul na nakita natin ng referees. That would be the fourth on Sam Eman. Free throws will be given Yancy Diocampo. At nakompleto na yung technical foul na yun. Plus Coach Luigi Trillo was surprised where the foul came from.
Gotta see that replay.
Ito yun, si Yancy Diocampo.
Did catch him in the hand. You can see the hand of Yancy did change direction. Already two technicals gone the way of San Mig Coffee sa quarter na to. And given the fact na napakadikit ng laban na to, you know, those are the points that really hurt. And but you can't blame Alaska. They are well into this game emotionally.
Just mentioning, yung una pong technical foul was on Calvin Abreva, now the second kay Coach Luigi Trillo naman. At ito, pagkakataon ni Yancy Diocampo na mas pahabain pa yung kanilang kalamangan pero ayaw. Nananatiling nasa 53 to 47.
Not a great day for the free throw line as a whole para sa San Mig Coffee. You see Yancy has missed, Denzel has missed as well. They're gonna get called. Alaska will be an offensive foul.
Si Sam Eman ang matatawagan and that would be the fifth on Sam Eman.
Remember, Sam Eman is on the floor because kanina nga report ni Jessica that Sonny Toss on the bench because of what is perceived to be back spasms at the moment.
Ang pinatayo na kagad doon. Itong si Nick Velasco. Handang i-preserve itong si Sam Eman who now has 5 personal fouls. Alex Malyari, muling ibinalik ito ni Coach Tim Cron. At kakombinasyon niya sa backcourt itong si Mark Maroca. But on the low post is Denzel Bolts. Malakas yung kanyang semi-hook. Atake. The base. Kinitig yung bola. Bumawi. Uy, sabong yun sa itaas. Sa pula, sa puti. Mark Pingris ang matatawagan ng foul.
They gotta commit to that. You cannot play point defense. You see Alex, he's pointing to the corner. You gotta stop him. You can't allow him to have a free lane to the basket. Calvin Abueva too good na hindi mo pwedeng gulat-gulatin lang. Direkta yan, diretso yan.
And that's the challenge. Ito na, binigay ni Mark Pingris. Though a foul was rightly called there. Mintis naman yung unang free throw nitong si Calvin Abueva.
He did miss that free throw, but how far would Alaska be away from San Mig Coffee if he wasn't having that kind of quarter that he's had so far?
Ibang klase. 13 puntos itong nagagawa na itong si Calvin Abueva. Actually started with the first 5 points of Alaska here in the third quarter. So Mark Pingris with the leather. Hinahanap ang kanyang kapartner sa low post. Denzel Bolts instead will get fouled by Nick Velasco. Una pa lamang ito para kay Nick Velasco, but both teams in penalty right now. So si Denzel Bowles, maganda simula sa free throw. Ito si Denzel Bowles, pero nagmimintis na doon sa kanyang mga huling tira. This time, nakabawi si Denzel Bowles to tally his 22nd point of the night. Mark Pingris, pagpapahingay naman. Pasok para sa kanya si James Yap. Mintis ang pangalawa para dito kay Denzel Bowles. Balik sa 6, 54-48 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rob Reyes, bumalik na rin. Nag-slide itong si Rob Dozier bago na ipasa mo yung foul.
Very slow quarter. That's what we're seeing right now. Mainly because a lot of the plays that we've seen, the players are giving out fouls.
Biglang parang may speed bump no? Parang bumagal dito sa puntong ito. Ang init ko na simula ng third quarter natin at nagkakasubukan, nagkakadangkalan ika nga sa free throw shooting na magkabilang kupunan. Calvin Abueva went 1 out of 2 sa kanyang muling trip. Ngayon, pasok yung una, yung pangalawa, ipinasok niya to inch closer. Down by only 4 ang Alaska, 54-50. As Calvin Abueva tallied his 15th point of the game. Baroka against Reyes. Sila magtatapatan dito Malyari to James. Kakat ito si Yancy, giving the pick. James Chap, malakas yung kanyang jumper. Ang rebound makukuha ng Alaska. And when Calvin Abueva has the ball, atake, hindi, ipapasa na lamang. Pang Tiberas, ang tres na, tabi. Ang rebound makukuha ni James Chap. Si James naman ang atake. Against Dozier, na may double defense si Ravi Reyes. Kicking out the ball.
Gotta give Denzel Bowles a touch at some point. It's been a while since he's gotten a touch.
Nakasapal na si Mark Baroka. Makukuha pa ni Calvin Abueva. Abueva against Malyari. A foul will be called. Well, that's the challenge you're looking for, Jason. Pagpahasi pa rin itong intensity nitong si Calvin Abueva. Pag sumakitsit na ito sa fast break in, ito nagsimula po yan sa sapal ito si Rob Dozier. Pagtakbo. Parang lumalakas habang umaangat
Making a living mula sa free throw line is Calvin Abueva in this quarter. At dumadami na yung mga players. Actually, on both ends that are struggling with personal fouls.
At itong free throw line na ginagamit na armas itong Alaska na makalapit. Only 2-point lead for San Mig Coffee.
Let's see what San Mig Coffee does, because right now Alaska's been able to get away with putting Nick Velasco on Denzel Bowles. Denzel Bowles has not gotten a touch while Nick Velasco has been on him. It's credit as well to Nick na hindi niya pinahayaan makakuha ng bola.
Totoo. Pa rin na makapunta. Finally, kay Denzel with 8 seconds to go. Turn around. Ayaw pa rin. Last touch doon si Rafi Rivas.
Here's the problem. San Mig again going to that 3 big lineup. When they go 3 big, their main problem is they're unable to space the floor. Kaya marami nakaka-dig down kay Denzel Bowles. You see earlier, Calvin Abueva able to help because there's not enough shooters on the floor for them.
At even if Calvin Abueva is the beast, kailangan din po magpahinga niyan. First time itong si Aldrich Ramos papasok sa loob. Atake si Rob Dozier, tinagado ni Yancy Di Ocampo. So pupunta na naman sa free throw and a chance for Alaska to tie this ball game up.
Inunti-unti nila yung kalamangan, mostly coming from the free throw line. Most of those free throws coming in this quarter. The difference is they're making their free throws. They're making more of their free throws compared to that of San Mig Coffee.
Pero syempre po, pag binati mo yung
talaga yan.
talagang pagsamba po dyan sa mga free throw shooting, ayan. Namitis yung una, pero sabi ni Rob Dozier, babawiin ko yan, mamaya. 0 out of 2. At nanatiling 2 po ang lamang ng San Mig Coffee Mixers. 2 minutes and 27, dito pa rin po tayo sa third quarter. PJ Simon, naantalanan yung kanyang ratsyada sa scoring, pero siya ngayon may dala ng bola, binigyan ng pick. Yancy, siya dito yung tres. Pagilid, makukuha ni Denzel Bowles. Nawala ang bola, babalik naman sa Alaska.
Denzel Bowles getting upset because he's getting the offensive rebound but just could not finish.
Pero tama rin, yung touches pa rin, limitado.
Very limited touches, and you know, yung touch na yun, sariling sikap yun eh.
Tama ka. Kaya yung kanyang energy parang naapektuhan. Biglang bumababa yung espiritu nitong si Denzel Bowles. Rivas will be charged with the foul and again.
Grinded out third quarter.
Parang tinatanggal eh. Ito sabi natin, babawi na si Rob Dozier sa free throw niya. Dahil minutes kanina, 0-2. Ayun, pumasok yung una. At papalamigin ni Coach Tim ko nitong si Rob Dozier. Tatawag ng timeout itong kutulan ng San Mig Coffee Mixers. Only 30-second timeout, and I think this will be a time for Coach Tim ko to remind his boys, what's happening?
The program, I believe they're not in that list anymore.
Correct, sapagkat sila po ang makakalaban.
Kalaban.
Mantala, habang may lull po tayo, may timeout kanina, a technical foul was given on Mark Barroca.
So, free throws number 14, 15, and now 16 para sa Alaska. On the other side, San Mig Coffee has 9, so that's why this game has just slowed down tremendously here in the third.
Namin din yung technical free throw, yung pangalawang free throw hindi rin pumasok.
Sorry, Rado. Kung kanina ang daming nasushoot ng Alaska, ngayon naman sunod-sunod ang mintis nila mula sa free throw line.
Law of averages catching up with the free throw shooting of Alaska. Kaya nanatiling nasa taas po ang kupunan ng San Mig by a point, 54-53. Holmes, gusto ko nakakuha yung kanyang lakas. Ito, nakakuha na niya.
Gotta feed him. I mean, there's no way that Nick Velasco can contain him for such a long period without any help.
24th point para dito kay Denzel Bowles. Aldridge Ramos ilalapit. Malakas yung kanyang tira. Bowles andun naman para sa rebound. Aminitan 19 dito po sa third quarter. Mark Barroca. Tatahi pa kaliwa. Ibabalik sa kanan to Yancy. Now to Bowles. Baka makasunod na touch. Pero namin this that time.
The defense by Dozier keeping his hands up without fouling.
Oo, talagang ginamit itong kanyang kalisiga ka. May kakabaan din itong naggalamot itong si Rob Dozier. Aldridge Ramos, libre sa tres. May range siya dyan, pero may kalakasan yung kanyang tira. Balls, fast break pass. Rafi Rivas, ladies and
That is a nice pass from a big man touchdown para dito sa San Mig Coffee Mixers.
At bumalik na naman ang 5 puntos sa kalamangan for San Mig Coffee. At ang nagulat sila, si Rafi Rivas yung nandun natatapos ng layup.
But if you're Alaska, you're gonna be upset because you have to go all the way down. Hindi yung 3/4 of the way lang kaya nalibre si Rafi Rivas.
Rafi Reyes naman ang pupukol. Mintis yun. Sa labas na tumitira itong mga taga-Alaska at parehong hindi pumasok yung kanilang dalawang attempt from the territory.
Is that 3 straight defensive rebounds para kay Denzel Bowles?
Tamang sila, 58-53. 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Sasayangin ng oras si Barroca. Saka aatake against Reyes. Layup na! Papasok na! Nakabarot na foul on Rafi Reyes.
Because both teams are such good defensive teams. These runs the teams get into, they definitely hurt. Kanina lamang na lang 1 point. All of a sudden, San Mig goes on a 6-0 run. Chance to make it a 7-0 run, and they're gonna have their biggest lead of the game.
Tama ka dyan, no? Sinaga ng Alaska, but suddenly, itong Aces was caught napping by the San Mig barrage of points.
How big was that timeout with Coach Tim Cohn? You get that timeout, isa na lang ang kalamangan, and they're able to wake up from that slumber which they had at the end of the third.
Makukumpleto pa ito si Mark Barroca ang 3-point play. At lamang na ng 8, the biggest for any team tonight. 5 seconds to go. Rara Chata, Cyrus Baguio, sumabit ang mahahabang kamay. Dito si Yancy De Ocampo.
So there's one guy that you had to make sure that it did not touch the ball. Your San Mig Coffee, that's Cyrus Baguio. Na siya yung makakreate from end to end pero nakakuha pa rin siya ng bola. That's why he gets 2 free throws here.
Pasok ang una para kay Cyrus Baguio.
Same thing right now. If you're Alaska, gotta make sure PJ Simon or Mark Barroca are the 2 guys that do not touch the basketball here because they're the only ones that can make the ground in terms of that 2.8 seconds. But San Mig Coffee unable to clear the defensive rebound, and chance pa dito para sa Alaska na paliitin pa yung kalamangan.
With 1.4 remaining, Cyrus Baguio naka-fade pa yung kanyang tira, hindi po bababasok. So doon na natapos ang ating third quarter palabang. San Mig pinahaba kanilang kalamangan matapos yung ating first half. Kanina 3 lang yan. Ngayon matatapos na 7. 61-54. At sa amin po pagbabalik ni Jason, patuloy ang bakbakan. Pero ngayon si James siya. Nung kanilang huling laro against Air 21, big breakdown nating binabanggit. Tonight, not really a big game for James Shop. He's still missing his shots, but his team is still up by 7 points because his teammates have been very supportive of his cause.
He's missed a lot of shots in this game, just like what happened in their loss against Air 21. You know, the thing is, he's trying to keep positive. You see him trying to shake the hands of his teammates. Look at the shot chart. Only one made. That was that far three-pointer. Some layups as well missed there. Also give credit to Alaska Aces. You know, when you get to the paint, if you're playing against Alaska, there's a lot of shot blockers there. Other than Rob Dozier, there's a lot of guys that are 6'6" na magpapahirap doon sa ilalim.
Yan po yung mga sumusuporta dito kay James Shop. 22 kay Balls, 14 kay PJ, 10 kay Yancy Di Ocampo. Samantala may traveling violation na itatawag dito sa koponan ng Alaska.
Sakit nun, Rado, para sa simula ng Alaska. You're down by 7. You want to start strong and you're inbounding to start the quarter. So you want to get points right away. The last thing that you want to do is turn the ball over cheaply.
And right away, pinareport na itong si Calvin Abueva ni Coach Luigi Trillo. Sa next dead ball, maipasok na ito. Yan si Dio Campos, been playing big tonight. 1-1 against Nick Pinasco. Pasa pala yun. Rapid reading. Nitisin muna yung pangalawa. Ayaw talaga sa tapikan makukuha ni Cyrus Baguio. Baguio, sinalubong ni PJ Simon. Papasa kay RJ Azul. Fourth break! Kapit!
Guys, too, because, you know, he's really shot well ever since he's worn that Alaska uniform. Finally gets one three-pointer to go today.
And in an instant, biglang lumapit na yung gusto lumayo nitong San Mig Coffee ngayon. 4 na lamang yan. At batang-bata pa ang ating fourth quarter with 11 minutes to go. Nanakawa na naman. Dondo ng Tibersa nakakuha that time. RJ Azul, tas na naman! Pasok na rin! Big three-pointers coming from RJ Azul. Dalawang magkasunod and in an instant, isa na lang ang hinahabol.
JV who at this point? RJ Azul making the Gatas Republic forget about JV Casio after these back-to-back threes.
Only a 30-second timeout na tinawag dito. And RJ Azul, why am I not surprised with this kid sa kanyang pinapakita? Matatandaan mo nung nasa kulehiyo ito. Kamador talaga ito ng litran eh. He even joined the Gilas team. At ito po, nagpapakita ngayong gabi. With back-to-back three-pointers, he tallied this 10th point of the game.
Substitution, that's the balls for Yancy Del Campo. Now welcoming in for Nick Velasco.
Nick Velasco, ilalabas na ni Coach Luigi Trillo. So ito, dagdag enerhiya pa ito partner with Calvin Abueva on the court. But again, the right timing of Coach Tim Con earlier, dahil binabagit mo yung pagka-timeout na kanina, lumobo yung kalamangan nila. Ngayong pumutok naman ng Alaska, gusto niyang ampatin ito. 3-pointer naman doon ni Baroka, lumabas, and a chance for Alaska to take the lead back. 10 minutes and 32. RJ Azul, ito po yung pumutok ng dalawang magkasunod na 3-pointers. They go to the import. Ito may kalayuan pa for Rob Dozier. Pinapalapit si Cyrus Baguio, handing it off. Cyrus, ibabalik. Mali yung pasa, pero mawawala ni Leon Horda yung pasa. So balik na naman ito sa kupunan. Well, we've been talking about RJ Azul at si Jessica may kwento on RJ Azul.
Nung huling nakausap ko si RJ Azul at si Rafi Reyes na rin, sabi nila sa akin, special opportunity ito para sa kanila, para mapakita nila ang kaya nilang gawin. And when I spoke to JV Casio, sabi niya, lagi raw silang nag-uusap, they all share strategy sa isa't isa, at napakahalaga yon para sa kanilang tatlo. And when I spoke to Coach Luigi naman, sabi niya, he's very proud of all his point guards, guys.
Maganda, pinapakita nito si RJ. Pero yung huling play, hindi kagandahan. Tinulak niya yung kanyang Gilas teammate na si Mark Baroka. So, babalik po ang bola si San Mig Coffee. Still up by 1 point, 61-60. Ito, matagal na natin hinahanap. Yung pag-poster nito si Denzel Boyd. Hoping to pass to James Shop for 3. Ayaw pa rin. Taribang makukuha ni Calvin Abueva. At nakuha, rarat-rat na itong si Calvin Abueva. But now, opting to wait for the point guard. Now they're posting up. Ito naman po si Rob Dozier. Pinagtatluhan that time. Nasundutan. Makukuha ni Mark Baroka pero counter still. 3-on-1. Cyrus Baguio, anchoring. Lumobo, ang layup, ayaw. Pero si Calvin Abreu, di mo ako sa ilalim. Ito yung enerhiya hinahanap ng partner.
Just the plus minus when Calvin's on the floor para sa Alaska. It seems every time he's there, good things happen para dito sa Aces.
Kita mo yung expression ng mukha niya, parang suplado pa eh. Parang hindi niya inintay yung kanyang sariling score. Samantala, Denzel Bowles, parang ito ang kanilang tagapagligtas dito. Wala na sila mapunta. They go to Denzel Bowles. Kung nakita natin ang pagkamintis ni Cyrus Baguio, but again, the beast was there. Nagkasabitan pa sila ni Mark Baroka. Denzel Bowles from the free throw line. Itinabla ang laban. 25 puntos na. No doubt, ito po ang pinakamakinang na San Mig player ngayong gabi. Their import, Denzel Bowles.
So he's done his share. And hinahanapan ng San Mig Coffee. Guys like, the old reliables, Mark Pingris as well as James Yap. Those two guys not really coming up to par.
That's why, ang naasahan dito ni Bowles, si Yancy Di Ocampo at PJ Simon pa lang so far. RJ Jason, kapito sa press, and why not?
Gotta block defensively, and RJ Hasul realizes na nagkaroon ng breakdown defensively. He shot extremely well here in the fourth.
13 big points for RJ Jason, duplicating the biggest lead for Alaska at 65-62. Libre naman, Mark Baroka, testing yan!
Alaska's daring the other players of San Mig Coffee to shoot. San Mig's got to be able to make it because right now Alaska, they're clogging that middle and not allowing Denzel Bowles to beat them.
Nagpapalitan ng tres ang mga point guard na magkabilang upunan. Sasali si Cyrus pero mintes yung kanyang jumper. 5 ball game at 65. 8 minutes and 10 remaining in the game. Poposte kung si Mark Pingris.
That's a matchup that they can take full advantage of because when you look at it from Alaska, they're playing 3 small. On the other side, San Mig Coffee, they're playing 3 big. Despite playing 3 big, able to get an outside shot mula doon kay Mark Baroka.
Mark Baroka, RJ Jasul trying to make a shootout of this ball game. At James Shaq sidestepping, make the bowling! At yun lang, kailangan para gisingin ni James Shaq ang kanyang mga fans. His 5th point of the game. Raptor ang atake. All power there, pero sinalubong ng triple team ng San Mig Coffee. Dadahan-dahanin ito si Mark Baroka. They're up by 267-65. Barokang muli. Ang sagot ng San Mig Coffee sa all-stop ni RJ Jason is Mark Baroka hitting it big here in the 4th quarter and giving San Mig Coffee a 4-point lead. 69-65. James Shop nagsimula. Tatapusin naman ni Mark Baroka as Alaska calls for timeout. Back to the big dome as Alaska and San Mig Coffee. Wala pong gustong bumigay dito. Ang mainit na kamay ni RJ Jasul pinasimulan dito sa 4th quarter pero may pangsagot dyan ng San Mig Coffee. That's Mark Baroka and RJ Jasul battling it out. Sila din na nagbabantayan and they are the matchup here in the 4th quarter.
A battle of the guards because right now both teams very well aware of what the big men can do, so they're clogging up that middle a lot. So now the guards have to be able to make their shots, and so far both guards have made their shots.
And it's been a 7-0 attack na pinakawala ni San Mig Coffee. Anchored on Mark Baroka, may offensive foul pa na nakakuha. Etong si Calvin Abueva. The run of San Mig Coffee nagpapatuloy dito.
Poor foul on the part of Calvin Abueva.
Rather
there,
obvious.
yes. That's painful, especially because you don't know it's coming and you get hit dun sa side.
Kaya naman, nagpagpag pa ng maigitan si Mark Pingris. Kahit may kalakasan tao, dahil binabanggit niya yung partner. Talagang pag hindi mo kita sa kagiliran, medyo mauubusan ka lang kaya. Ito, babawi naman siya ng atake. Thurs! Ang atake na sabal! But there will be a foul. And if it would be on Sam Eman, that would be 6th.
Hacking foul on number 1, Sam Eman. Sam Eman, 6 fouls.
Yun na po ang tinawag ng ating mga referees. Good recognition on the cutting Denzel Bowles. There's an obvious foul.
It's very simple. You know, if you're on that same side and your guy doubles, you cut if you're not a great shooter because it's very hard for that guy na dumobble to react. Good job on the part of Denzel Bowles.
Well, yung mga fans po ng Alaska, hinahanap si Sunny Thurs. Kung bakit si Sam Emma nung ma-foul out, si Gabi Espinas ang ipapasok. He's suffering from back spasms. At hindi na po ipapasok because Coach Luigi ay nag-decide ipasok. Kanina pa pong ibinalik yan. Denzel Bowles from the free throw line. Ipinasok 26 puntos para sa best import nung nakaraang taon. Same conference. Denzel Bowles missing daw sa kanyang pangalawang attempt. It's a 5-point lead for the Mixers.
Oh, that is a mental error on the part of the Alaska Aces. 2 turnovers on Calvin Abueva. Tough on him because siya kanina nagpahabol ng gusto dito sa koponan. Right now, he's digging his team a hole by those back-to-back turnovers. 1 offensive foul, and right now, and that's backing violation.
Putting themselves on the foot itong mga taga-Alaska sa kanilang mga turnovers. Boss, nakita ko man si Mark Pingris. Popost yan. Calvin Abueva. Pagkaan. May foul na. Oy, traveling ang nakita ng ating mga referees.
Mark Pingris has nothing to show for offensively so far. Yes, at least he's gotten some good assists. 5 assists. He's got some rebounds. But points so far, wala pa para kay Pingris.
Although ang kanyang kupunan, lamang pa rin po ng 5 puntos. Ang Alaska naman, actually, nabawi na nila kalamangan ng third quarter. Atake, tapis, kinilig pa yung bola. Ang layup, hindi pumasok at sa tapikan yung mga ito. Doon sila nagbabanggaan at si Bowles ay nakakuha ng rebound.
Let's see if actually Alaska can actually switch this and they can put Gabi Espinas on Pingris. Because Espinas a better post defender than that of Calvin Abueva.
Pero pupuntahan ng San Mig, si Bowles naman, tatalikod dito sapagkat mas komportable itong nakatalikod. Pingris outside to Mark Baroka.
It's a missed assignment because too many people rotated on Mark Pingris.
16 big points for the small man na si Mark Baroka. RJ Hasol may sagot din! Di pa tapos, partner.
RJ Hasul has kept his team in this game. Ilang 3-pointers yan sa quarter na to? That's 4 para kay RJ Hasul.
Ibang klase at biglang lumapit at lumalayo na itong San Mig na puto na 5 puntos na lamang. Mark Pingris finally rallying his first two in the game.
That's what we're saying because when you look at it, Espinas is a better defender at the post and you know that Rafi Rivas is not gonna post you up.
Samantala makakagaw pa si Mark Baroka. Umaraprat, iniwanan ng bantay. Ang layup na nasapag mula sa likuran. Pero ang bola makukuha ni Denzel Bowles. Tinaga ni Gabi Espinas. Samantala, nakakubkub pa din itong si Mark Baroka matapos hinapol. Dito naman si Calvin Abueva. Pero ganda ng action eh. Nung manakaw nito si Mark Baroka, iniwanan niya talaga yung bantay.
Both teams giving it their all. Mark Baroka's going 5th year here, but just a good job on the challenge on the part of Calvin Abueva. San Mig Coffee fans are not going to like the end of that play. But you know what? Both teams. Calvin Abueva, like we said, very crafty rookie.
Pero si Mark Baroka natawa na lang. Natawa na lang doon sa ginawa nitong si Calvin Abueva. But Denzel Bowles, really, the big difference tonight. At ipinosti pa, nakakuha yung kalamangan sa kanila. Ngayon, pinosti ng San Mig ang pinakamalaking kalamangan sa 77-68. Ngayon ang binabanggit natin, ito pong si RJ lang ang bumubuhay din sa fourth quarter sa Alaska. Ang kanilang import, hindi pa nakakatulong that time. Malyari with the recovery. 4 minutes and 38. Pinake nitong si Mark Pingris.
Very lucky San Mig Coffee for that ball not to get stolen because Calvin Abueva is right behind. Ito si Denzel Bowles. See this play. Alex Maray goes to a guy that actually has 2 defenders on him. Very lucky Denzel Bowles able to get 2 hands on the basketball. And Mark Pingris will have an opportunity to get his first points sa ating laro.
Sa kanyang former coach na lumipat of course ng San Mig Coffee, sabi naman ni Coach Tim Con, hindi naman ako natutuwa eh. Pero sa English po sinabi. Natalunin sila pero ayaw ko rin matalo kami syempre. At ngayon mukhang papahabain pa ulit ni Coach Tim Con yan. Hoping for her 8th straight. Si Jessica may kwento para naman doon sa side ni Coach Luigi.
You know, Coach Luigi Trillo acknowledges na baka nga San Mig Coffee has their number, pero sabi niya that they, as a team, kailangan nila maniwala na kaya nilang tanunin ang mixers. Dagdag niya, dati they would get deflated after losses o kaya pag down sila, pero they've been building character lately. And at the end of the day daw, sinasabi niya sa mga players niya, all streaks end, guys.
Uy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's a good way of looking at it. All streaks end. One thing that you want to do, you want to keep streaks short. Winning streaks, you want to keep it long. Losing streaks, you want to contain it as short as possible.
Kung magiging wala, medyo mahaba-haba na eh, no?
And you know, it's something that I'm sure they want to get already. But no, streaks are not as important as winning basketball games and winning a championship.
But this is the biggest lead so far by any team. A double-digit lead at that by San Mig Coffee, 78-68.
And I want to compare that to the NBA. Let's say the Heat make 35 games, a win streak of 35 games or so. As long as they don't win the championship, that streak really does not matter.
Pero itong si Cyrus Baguio, iba rin niya ang iniisip ha, na mas mahalaga ay mapanatili nila ang kanilang pagiging league leader dito. Pinapyaso ka lamang ng 2-8 and enough time for Alaska with 3 minutes and 55. Denzel Bowles again sa malayo tumira but nandun si Ingles. Ngayon nag-aangasa na sila dito ni Calvin Abueva. A lot of color developing between Mark Ingles and Calvin Abueva. Ito yung mintis muna ni Denzel Bowles but Mark Ingles, the king of the offensive rebound. Binabawi ni Mark Pinkers yung mga kamping na angasa kanila ni Calvin. Double technical foul ang itatawag naman ni Calvin Abueva and Mark Pinkers.
You know, referees should also take control of that because let's face it, Calvin has taunted every guy that he scored on the entire game. But that is a good call because maybe Mark Pinkers did go a little bit overboard if you compare that with what Calvin has done. But Calvin has been, you know, has been letting opponents know when he's made a basket.
Well, look at this. Darius Pinkers papalitan ng mas maliit na Dondon Hontiveros.
Because if you look at it, you can get away with playing a small guy on Rafi Rivas because Rafi's not going to post you up. And Calvin's probably going to stay with Ping, and then they're going to see if they can get away with putting a smaller guy on Rivas. But at the same time, by doing that, they have more flexibility on offense dahil mas maraming shooter ngayon ang may lalaro nila.
With 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, yan na po ang armas nitong Alaska. RJ Hasan. We talk about RJ Hasul.
That is 5 3-pointers. That's exactly what netong ginawa ng Alaska. They put a smaller guy in Rafi Rivas, and right now with a smaller guy, he can't get away with siya yung nagbababa ng bola.
Ano, hinayaan nila talaga si Rafi Rivas ang magbaba ng bola doon. You know, all of a sudden, it's a 7-point lead. Sabi na natin, enough time, kahit 10 points ito kanina. RJ Hasul, makita si Calvin Abueva. 9 seconds in shot clock. Nasa lugar ng Rafi Rivas. Attack time for Abueva, yung running jump from Mintes.
He's too quick. He's too quick. If Rafi Rivas has to choose, either I'm going to give up that 3-point shot, or I'm going to give up the drive. What he went there was he went in between Calvin Abueva, just too quick for him if he tried to contest that 3-point shot.
Yung basa din sa depensa, si Calvin, nakita niya, hindi siya makakatira sa labas at mapapayungan ng malaki, ba? Pwede kong karerahin patungo sa loob ito. Kaya naman, quickly, Coach Tim Cole making that decision.
Look at Alaska, Rado. Kanina, 10 na yung kalamangan and they storm right back, cutting this lead to 5 at the moment.
Ibang klase, biglang humaba yung 3 minuto at 4 na segundo sa larong ito. Only a 2-possession ball game. What was once a mighty 10-point lead, ganun-ganun na lamang. Binawi o pinutol ni itong mga taga-Alaska Aces. Makakanakaw pa, hindi, marirecover ni PJ Simon. PJ and Cyrus Bago. Interesting matchup here. But Mark Baroka is once against free. Wala yung kanyang tira. Mark Pingris to James Shop.
Lots of time. Yes, good job on the part of San Mig there. Got an offensive rebound, not close enough for a putback. Reset.
James Shop with the cut. Ang layap lumabas pa. Sayang na pagkakataon makukuha pa ni Cyrus Baguio. Parat-rat na naman ang mga taga-Alaska. Abreva passing it to Rob Dozier. Dozier connects with two.
Soft hands on the part of Dozier. With all that energy that you can feel on the court, usually it's very hard to control that shot. You look at Rob Dozier. First of all, this is a nice pass on the part of Calvin Abueva and patience of Dozier to be able to cut this lead down to 3.
So one. Dalawang minuto, 15 segundo po ang natitira sa aming paghati sa inyo. Rado Di Malibot at Jason Webb dito po sa labanang Alaska and San Mig Coffee. And it shows, Jason, the quality of teams na naglalaban dito sa gabing ito.
Look at the scoring per quarter para kay Rob Dozier. He's disappeared in this game, but he's reappeared just in time to cut this lead down to 3.
Kanina po, 10 yan. So it's a 7-0 run na pinakawalan dito ng Alaska in the last minute or so. 2 minutes and 6. Mark Baroka, isa po sa mainit dito sa kupunan ng San Mig. Going to cancel post. Pinili na po sumalaban. Ito si Mark Pingris. Mark Pingris winning the battle against Calvin Abueva.
And that's already 2 offensive rebounds.
Knock the ball sa ball! What a big block!
Big defensive stand on the part of Alaska.
Sabi mo nga, dito magigising rightly on time para dito kay Rob Dozier. Lead steal with San Mig Coffee, but the momentum definitely with the Aces. Calvin, isang fake, atake, sidestepping move. Pero siya pa rin nakakuha. Pasok! May foul pa!
Calvin Abueva. Right now, you can say, after this good defensive stand by Rob Dozier, it's Alaska's turn. Calvin Abueva, beast mode.
Ibang klase. Itong si Calvin Abueva. Ingat na po ang ating laban. Completing a 10-0 counter attack by Alaska, and that's the 24th point of Calvin Abueva.
Where do you go if you're San Mig right now?
They go to Mark Pingris against Abueva. Mark Baroka, press ito. Malakas yung kanyang tira. Agawa ng bola sa rebound, makukuha ni Mark Pingris.
Another key offensive rebound para dito kay Pingris. So many of them here in the 4th quarter.
Napunay naman ang rebound din sa si Mark Pingris. PJ running jumper Mendez. Bulsa kuha and easy layup for the Monster Bulls.
Denzel Bowles fairly quiet dito sa ating 4th quarter. But as a whole, San Mig Coffee getting offensive rebounds. Denzel Bowles down the low. Too big, too strong, 2 points.
Both teams hindi po nakukulang ng mga bayani. Calvin Abueva, the last player for Alaska. For San Mig Coffee, it's the Monster Bulls. At sa naman nagbibigay dito ng magandang laro. Well, let's listen to Alaska and Coach Luigi Trillo.
Calvin, Robert, head, RJ. Who's got James Yap? Who's guarding James Yap? Dondo. Okay, head for Dondo. Okay, RJ side. Okay, I want you to go Calvin side first. Calvin side, okay? Robert dive. Calvin pass. Hit Calvin. Calvin go. Now you got RJ there. Attack forward.
Been a mention about Calvin Abueva na hahanapin ng kanyang mga kampe in this ensuing play.
What a game that we're seeing right now.
Tandaan po ninyo, kaninang score niyan, 80-70. 80 na blank actually ng Alaska, but San Mig Coffee got it back. Now up by 2, but the possession is with the Aces. 50 seconds to go in the game. Abueva, and then taking the 3. Well, attack, layup, pasok! It's a foul! And Robin Davis, and a lot of a reason to talk back was Calvin Abueva.
And it's 3 straight plays that the San Mig Coffee Mixers has gone to the same fake. They close out on that 3-point shot, and they close out. After they close out, they're giving right. Calvin Abueva, you give him right, he's gonna kill you, and that's exactly what he did right here.
And when we listening to Alaska, yan mismo, ang kinroke si Coach Luigi Trillo, and why not? He's been very successful in his attacks in the last plays of Alaska. Now he's trying to complete the 3-point play, and he does. Lamang na po ang Alaska, 83-82. 41 seconds to go in the game. Wala na pong humihinga dito sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. What a closing sa ating laro na ito. Bumawi naman. Big shot after big shot. That time, Mark Dinglish.
No timeouts. You know, Alaska's got to go, so they have 2 opportunities to score just in case they miss.
Alvin, will fake, walang kumagat. Aatakin muli. Abueva nakakuha ng foul on Mark Dinglish.
And again, it's the same play. Ball fake from the 3-point line. Actually, Dinglish did a good job of putting his feet, staying on the floor, but did not close right. First, Mark Dinglish able to use a lot of strength right there. Good finish on his part. Now both guys attacking each other. Calvin gets right. And again, a little too late. It's Mark Dinglish.
Back to the free throw line is Calvin Abueva. Na ngayong gabi is going 10 out of 11 sa kanyang free throw shooting. Abueva. Only 7 miss from the free throw territory.
Big rebound here. If he misses, Alaska is a team that's capable of getting offensive rebounds. Let's see if San Mig Coffee will be disciplined enough not to allow, just in case Calvin misses.
Calvin Abueva.
They gotta recall this. They gotta recall. It's gonna be a jump because RJ Hasul went in too early.
Rightly so. Rightly so.
RJ Hasul was actually right inside the free throw line already, even before the release happened.
The coaching staff of Alaska storming the floor. Matapos yung jump ball call.
If we get a chance to take a look at this, all of the Alaska players went for the rebound, but then Calvin, you know, doesn't really have a quick trigger from there. Nagsabay-sabay. You look at where everyone is before the start of the shot. Everyone's making their run, and everyone's already inside. But you know what? Labo na sa loob. Pati si Calvin nagulat.
Apat yung nasa likuran niya. Actually, yun ang sinasabi nitong si Coach Luigi. It was PJ Sumon who first initiated the movement. Kaya naghabol na doon sa loob. Well, let's listen in again to Alaska.
You're here, right, Rob? Okay. Going outside. Outside. Okay. RJ. Calvin. Okay. Tap it to these guys. Okay. We have time. Okay, we just gotta spread it. Whoever gets the ball from the guard, I'm 130. Whoever gets the ball from the guards, I got a 30, but we can go pick and roll. Yeah, we can go right away. We can go pick and roll. I'm 130.
If you want to stay positive in your Alaska, it's not such a bad deal because if you win this tip, you have a chance to win the ball game. Now, going back to that call, doesn't matter kung sino na una o hindi, basta pag pumasok kayo dyan, pag meron na pumasok, then depending if both go in, you have to retake the shot or you have a jump ball.
Yan po ang ating game reset. May isang full timeout pa. Ang kupunan ng San Mig Coffee, isang 30 second na lang ang kupunan ng Alaska. So yun po yung correct interpretation. Kahit sino mauna, basta may magkaparehong kupunan. Nahigangan, nakialam doon. 5 seconds na kukuha naman. Ito si Calvin Abueva. Abueva, atake. Sa tatlo kalaban, level again. At tatlo sa Mister. Ang binigay. Patio. Ang hindi pumasok. So San Mig Coffee. Wow. Surviving this one. But what a way to end this wonderful ball game.
That was a great game. Great effort put up by the Alaska Aces as well as the San Mig Coffee Mixers. Nothing to be ashamed of for both teams. A quality game that was definitely enjoyed by the fans in the Coliseum as well as the guys at home.
Ibang klase. We promise you a big game and both teams, gaya ng binabanggit po natin, ibang klase. Ito yung last play natin. Tumaan sa butas ng karayom talaga itong si Calvin Abueva with a double team. But Alaska had this opportunity.
Yeah, this was a good look. This was a good look right here para kay Cyrus Baguio. Straight, just a little bit strong para kay Cyrus.
Well, natapos po ang ating laro. Only gabok lamang po. Isang puntos lamang with San Mig Coffee surviving this one 84-83. That's our final score. At ngayon po talagang nakahinga ka ba ng mabuti?
Wow, it was like we said, great game for everyone to watch, and you feel bad when you have games like this. You feel bad for the losing team because you can see that the effort that they put out there. But in basketball, there are no ties. There's always a winner and a loser. That's why you just have to feel bad for Alaska today.
Well, kasama po natin ang ating best player of the ball game. He was the most consistent of all dito po sa winning team natin. Kami nakausap na natin ito ng ating before the halftime. Denzel Bowles, 30 points, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. Well, a big game for the big man. The monster is back, Monster Bowles. Denzel, I can feel your frustration. Somehow you were not getting the touches in the last quarter.
Right.
But you survived it through.
Yeah. We kind of went away from me in the second half, but it doesn't matter. Mark stepped up, Pinger stepped up, everybody stepped up to play.
Take us through that last play. Your heart might have could have jumped right there because a couple of good looks for Alaska in that last play. What happened?
Yeah, it was a good take with a brother. We got a little nervous. We all froze because we didn't want to foul him. He had 3 straight and ones, and we just wanted to make him go crazy. And we all watched the rebound. We was all right there. We should have had it.
Where were you? Where was your heart at when Cyrus took that
Cyrus
shot?
is a great shooter, so that's a wide open look for a mid-range, and he could have hit that.
Well, the Philippines and of course the fans of San Mig Coffee has fallen in love with Denzel Bowles,
Yes.
and it's your time to make the shout out to all your friends.
Shout out to everybody at San Mig Coffee, and I'm back. And that's what I needed today is crash the boys. I've been playing a little lazy the last couple of games, but I feel I had to talk to myself, and I proved it today.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
Denzel, for your big game. Well, ito po naman ating laro. Mag-wrap up na po tayo at ilan na lamang yung mga task pa na kailangan nating kompletuhin. Kasama dyan, yung ating Preston Cool Play of the game. At ito po yun, yung atake nitong si Calvin Abueva na actually nagpahabol, no? Completing the 10-0 attack ng kupunan ng Alaska. Also posting a career high tonight. Itong si Calvin Abueva. So yan po ang ating pangalawang laro, and that covers all our Sabado night special. Ngayon pong araw ng Sabado at double header rin yung napanood, and ibang klaseng mga laro. Well, sa ngalan po ng ating coach, sa ngalan po ng ating mga kasama sa Active at sa Sports 5, ito po si Rato Di Malibot nagsasabing good night. Patuloy po subaybay ng PBA. Patuloy ang inyong kampihan na.